Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South and Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Funjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV.
Yes, what you about today?
Because we put on the record, the court allowed me to put on the record. It's complicated for a witness to plan a resubmission on records of court. The court allowed me under the auspices of Judge Whitney. Allowed me, and he said, that the wall of battle touched his skin. And just in case anything happens to him, the defense counsel in person of Amara, Sheriff, should be held responsible. While making that exception, I looked at Councilor Sheriff was saying something. Then there's a coaching kept looking at me. Before that, when we are on the direct, I was also whispering to Councilor Sheriff some questions to ask the coaching. Because when you are on the direct, only one lawyer is supposed to talk. So, because I kept giving Councilor Sheriff questions to ask the coaching, based on that how now when I left, I sat down and was facing him, he kept looking at me with his eyes. Eyes contact is another way of communication. Then I did my hand, why are you looking at me yesterday? Why are you looking at me? Then he said, then he did it again, and he will see. And I take that as a major threat. You know, and what baffles me, after that, I raised my hand to bring this threat to the attention of the presiding judge. He never gave me the opportunity but to say in open court that I'm disturbing while my life has been threatened by a witness. Who cannot understand? Then there's a murder case and people like Natasha and we even lawyers representing the defense counsel, our lives are also tied to it. But because of serious litigation, we have decided to offer the pro bono services to Justice Katz and her family, who know our lives are broken. So for the judge not to protect me, make them on that submission was made by one of my colleagues closely. And I think it is good that he raised that issue, and that issue was brought to the court attention in another form and manner. But this is what I have to say. I consider Kutuwaka all my life is in the hands of God. When I told God to become a lawyer, I told God to do the right thing. I will not be threatened by Major Koti. You know, we're not sleeping. And that is the reason why the CDC left government have lost this election. Because they are there to threaten the lives of people. And I'm not taking them for granted. I'm going to do an official communication to the county and to the adversarial county that my life has been threatened by Major Jefferson Kutu.
So what's the plan? Why are you blowing this?
I'm blowing it out of proportion because Major Kutu is not an ordinary person. If he was an ordinary person today, we wouldn't have had U.S. sanction on him based on his growth in corruption, based on the human rights violation. This is the person that is on sanction by the U.S. And this is the person that we want to take a step as a minor theft. It's not a minor theft, it's a major theft. And that's why he's on sanction, and that is the reason why I'm going to do an official communication to the county attorney that a sanction, a person that has been sanctioned by the U.S. government has threatened me, equal and threatened my life, and to say I will see.
So you also raised the issue about the judge that you were sharing
Yes, yes. What I think of personal, my personal case that I will file a formal complaint to the Liberia National Police. I will file a formal complaint. We want to tell the Liberian people that we lawyers, we took oath to defend the truth. The truth. Let justice be.
In this country, 18 years of service, hard work. I can go to the U.S. Embassy. They can give me multiple entry visa. If I want to go to America every month, I'll go to America every month. They be claiming the embassy denied me visa. The embassy, this is my proof. The embassy issued me a visa. I'm not saying it, I'm demonstrating it. I'm demonstrating it. Ask them whether their so-called candidate can even walk to that embassy. Why will you bother yourself with somebody who has been condemned by the whole world? Once America condemns you, the whole world condemns you. Once you are condemned by America, the whole world has condemned you. We cannot waste our time with such an individual. We'll talk more. We'll talk more. We'll not say all today. So I just want to say thank you. King, thank you for this opportunity. We are here to work with you people.
To a panel in the United States describing what would eventually be a visa restriction imposed by the U.S. State Department. The glow of my morning transformed into a gloom of a pitch black evening. And this information had finally succeeded. This was my initial reaction. I could only feel sorrow for my wife and darling little children. The mining sector confuses me, but I believe this reference pertains to my involvement to developing a multi-user gateway to the third-party amendment of ArcelorMittal's current concession, and through granting real access to HPX High Power Explorations Incorporated, an American company owned by American billionaire Robert Friedland, looking to transport rail from Guinea through Liberia through the port of Buchanan. I say so because about a year ago in Washington, D.C., I received a hint that persons connected with the American company HPX were trying to get me on Treasury sanctions because I was allegedly and supposedly, quote, favoring ArcelorMittal Limited over HPX and preventing HPX from accessing the rail to conduct its investment in Guinea through Liberia, unquote. My informant knew this was unjust and unfair. Knowing the role I was playing on the Inter-Ministerial Concessions Committee and understanding the difficulties and complexities of the negotiation, I was also informed that persons close to HPX were considering sanctions against me because the company had paid $37 million to the government of Liberia through the national budget since 2019 and was yet to have an agreement with the government. Legitimate monies received by the government of Liberia for the development of Liberia through the national budget is never a bribe. That an agreement has been difficult to reach because surrounding a pre-existing agreement is no reason to threaten government officials with sanctions. I'm providing these explanations and context because there are these are the chatters that have underpinned threats of sanction against me and my family from powerful individuals. It is important for the public to understand and know these things. We have not discussed them publicly as a government, but now we have to discuss them under the current circumstances. I was advised that to avoid sanction, I should withdraw my support for ArcelorMittal Third Amendment until after the election. It was on that basis that I advised the President, Dr. George Manawia, to turn over negotiations on the rail to the United States government, since too much propaganda and misinformation were threatening to destroy members of his cabinet. The President obliged, and the Americans for a brief moment tried to bring both HPX and ArcelorMittal together to reach some understanding on the multi-user rail system. Meetings were held in London and Washington. Unfortunately, these meetings did not achieve anything, and the Americans withdrew and turned negotiations back to the government of Liberia. The truth of the matter is that ArcelorMittal has an agreement with the government of Liberia signed by the uniparty government that gives Mittal the right to use the Nimba rail to be the operator of this rail. In the government's vision to develop a multi-rail system, we have tried to have ArcelorMittal relinquish operatorship of the rail to an independent third-party rail operator for purposes of fairness and equity. Mittal has not been open to this position, and we have been at a deadlock for more than 3 years. Realizing the impossibility of having Mittal give up rail operatorship, and knowing the government was not willing to proceed to international arbitration, which is international dispute adjudication or court, and knowing the government was also not willing to proceed to international arbitration, government moved to a position of having Mittal become the user operator in exchange for other critical rights Mittal would have to give up under its current concession that would enable fair and equitable access to third parties such as HPX. That would have enabled us to reach a compromise. Unfortunately, HPX does not seem open to such a compromise and has insisted that Mittal abandons the rail operatorship. Mittal itself does not want to give up the rail operatorship. As a consequence, Samuel Tuer became the biggest victim in this power play between two billionaires, each of whom aims to undo and outmaneuver the other. This is fundamentally unfair to me and requires correction by U.S. authorities. A few months prior to the 2023 elections, the IMCC paid a visit to the Port of Buchanan. Prior to this visit, we had taken the position to press ArcelorMittal harder to share the current facilities at the Port of Buchanan with HPX to accept small shipments about 1 to 2 metric tons of ore through Guinea, preferably from HPX. Since under the current concession, Mittal is obliged to sharing both rail and port. I narrated all of these positionings and repositionings to the Americans to prove that neither I nor other members of the government of Liberia were biased toward one investor against the other, but that we were bent on finding a practical solution to a very complex problem. Given legal concession rights ArcelorMittal has under the current concession, forcing them out of operations of the rail would require litigation through courts or the armed forces of Liberia bursting through their premises, violating a panel in the United States, describing what would eventually be a visa restriction imposed by the U.S. State Department. The glow of my morning transformed into a gloom of a pitch black evening. And and this information had finally succeeded. This was my initial reaction. I could only feel sorrow for to a panel in the United States describing what would eventually be a visa restriction imposed by the U.S. State Department. The glow of my morning transformed into a gloom of a pitch black evening. And this information had finally succeeded. This was my initial reaction. I could only feel sorrow for my wife and darling little children. In a mere 75-word paragraph, the three individuals with the perverted use of American power by bureaucrats in the landscape of international diplomacy has led to rising anti-American sentiments around the world. Treasury and state designations have a critical role in changing behavior in Africa and around the world. Their misuse or their overuse can pose problems for America. Sanctions cannot and must not be used as a tool to destabilize a democracy such as Liberia or to weaken an opposition. 7 persons receiving designation in the space of 3 years from largely one side of the political divide in a country that is both a democratic and has more recently become a macroeconomic exception in West Africa should tell U.S. cabinet secretaries, U.S. congressional leaders, and U.S. presidents that something is afoul and requires a holistic review. I hope in fighting to overturn the injustice that has been meted out to me and my family, I can contribute immensely to perfecting the use of American power.
The essence of this gathering is to acknowledge of the fact that today the legislative bloc of the Union Party is alliance have agreed to work with on the usability of the CPP. We have come up with a merger to make sure that both bloc end up producing the leadership of the House. In detail will accompany later. Thank you.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion.
Okay, tune to spoon to be part of our discussion. Tune to spoon to get all your information. This is where we get to talk about the trending national issues. I like to say welcome to another edition of the program, the late night show, late night politics on Spoon. We are here live on Spoon 107.5 FM. We're live on Fabric 101.1 FM. We're live on Super 95.5 FM as well. We're also live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. We're live on YouTube at Spoon Talk Live. Thanks to all of you who have joined us. We ask you to kindly share the program as you come on, so we have a fascinating conversation here tonight. Again, welcome to the show. My name is Nelson Collier, and the rest of the team is here. Let me go across and start to bring in the guys. I don't know. Our co-moderator Moba Zokia is making his way, but let me bring the guy who's always the first to come on. You know, the guy is, if we had the time to give an award, you know, for people who are here in time, you know, he'll be that guy. Francis, welcome to the show.
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Listen, you are time conscious, you know. Like someone would say about Dr. Richardson, you know.
My team, my man, I respect time. Even when my friends, right? When we having party in the States, you know, they be talking about Liberian man time. When they say the party starts at 7, people count 9 o'clock. But you know what my friends can do? When they know they want people to come at 9 and they put an invitation at 7, they can call me special and tell me, friends, hey, come 9 o'clock. Not 9 o'clock, not 7 o'clock. The other time, my boy had a baby shower, right?
Uh-huh.
He went and pulled the baby shower 6 o'clock.
Okay.
He forgot to tell me the real time was 9 o'clock. You know, I live in Jersey. My mom, it was in PA.
Okay.
I arrived at the hall. His mother-in-law, other people are still setting up. As soon as I called his phone, he saw my name on the caller ID. The man answered the phone. Oh my man, sorry, I forgot to tell you. I don't play with my time, baby, my man. When songs are start, that's it. I'm there.
But you know, then it sends a message. Then you are not a typical Liberian man, because in Liberia we say Liberian time. I mean, you Liberian man, you believe in Liberian time.
Piss me off.
My man,
that thing can not me.
But why you believe in Liberian time? This whole Liberian time thing.
I mean, even jobs. When I work, when I used to have jobs and stuff like that. I mean, why I had to go and clock and punch in and stuff like that. I mean, I'm always if I'm working 9 to 5, I'm there by 8:45.
Wow.
Even when I was a supervisor and stuff like that, all my staff then knew what's up. For instance, would be the first there and on time and the last to leave. I hate being late. I hate being late.
I mean, that's a great one. I mean, that's an exceptional way to go, because especially from a country called Liberia, where we believe in the time after the time, and we call that time after the time Liberian time. You know, it's a whole different thing all by itself.
If I'm running late, I'll tell somebody, even if I'm 5 minutes away, I will tell the person that I'm 10 minutes away, that I will show up sooner than 10 minutes. But at least I give the person who's going to wait for me, I let the person know I'll be 10 minutes late, but I know I'm 5 minutes late. I'm 5 minutes away. And I show the person surprise, oh man, you show up early, thank God, and they can leave.
So you always want to carry that early. That you always want to come across as that person who came early. You know. So, but Raymond, you on the show. I hope you know where you on. I hope you know where you on, because I see you facing shy and doing. Don't be like our man Toure. To really know that when you log into the software, into the studio, even if you're not on the stream, the fact that your webcam is not closed, every other person who's in studio can see what's going on in the background, what you're doing, unless maybe you close your webcam. Ture came in, and the brother was sitting. That's when he saw to change his shirt. And he didn't know that every other person was looking at him, changing his shirt, taking off his shirt, all this kind of thing. So I told him, I said, my man, you gotta be careful. Yeah, but welcome, Raymond. It's good to have you. You are muted.
Thank you, and it's good to be on time. So I want to commend my brother Francis for changing that narrative for Liberians. One of those times when I came into the US for vacation. So I had a couple of friends that I did NGO job with in Liberia. So they called me up. I was in Georgia, Atlanta at the time. Oh, that's this party. There's an hour drive. You got to be ready. The party at this time. So I got ready. I waited. And the guys came. The time that she picked me up, I called them. Dude, what you guys up to? Oh, no, 1 hour away. Another hour gone. I got undressed. So they came like, oh my man, we calling you ready? I said, if I look at the time. So, oh my man, I Liberia time. You can't party no style. And we had an hour.
Imagine that.
I didn't even know the party was an all-white party. So they picked me up, we went to the store, bought clothes. So I said, guys, man, we won't be late, but guess what? We were the first at the party. So Francis, man, thanks for being punctual and changing that narrative with Liberians, and that was my biggest shock.
Let me tell you one story. My cousin, right? He was graduating from the police academy, and 2 of our cousins.
Baba and Mickey, welcome to the show.
College, all the way in Silver Spring, Maryland. So we're supposed to drive and go there about 2 hours away. After the reception, we're going to party bus. The party bus was leaving at 11. The guy told us the bus was leaving at 9. Oh man, my brother made us late. We got there around 9:30, right? Then he said, "Oh, they said when the boss leaving, say 11 o'clock." My brother got vest. Mommy, why you make us come here early for? The man said, "Mommy, I told you 9 o'clock. You show up 9:30. The boss are going to leave you. The boss not leaving at 11 o'clock. You vest." My brother can calculate, right? They make us say, "Oh, when they invite you to party, they say 9 o'clock." They make us say, "Okay, 9 o'clock." That means people start getting there by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Then when I leave, I'll get there by 10 o'clock, 10:30. That means getting there 11 o'clock, 11:30.
It's
so
so interesting.
I can plan to be late.
It's so interesting. But let me welcome, officially welcome. But Maba, why are you yawning? What's going on? Maba, you hungry or you sleepy or you tired? Mickey, welcome to the show.
We can't be hungry in America, man.
You can decide not to eat.
Food is more cheaper thing in America. Yeah. Ask anybody on the show, they will tell you.
No, but yeah, you can have food. What the president said.
But you get
some people get food, they not get appetite. Some people get appetite, but they not get food. You know.
Yeah. But Nelson, that story that Molva says is not entirely true. Food isn't as cheap. But America, let me make my statement, Chief. America is food in itself isn't that cheap. The food that you spend to buy a snack in America can buy someone a bowl of food. It's not cheap, but it's affordable for the economy. The economy is good.
But how you made that comparison, my man?
So when you use the word cheap to people, they expect the money, the power of the money, to be able to be considered cheap. But when it's affordable, when you have $1 million and you can use $1,000 for chicken change, for the man who doesn't have $1 million, $1,000 is still $1,000.
I would agree with Mobile a little bit, Raymond, because the options of food, right? It may not be healthier choices, but your belly will be full.
Well, how much can you beg your belly full with less than $5?
Go to McDonald's.
Can you make your belly full with McDonald's food less than $5?
I can even get what they call what the team name?
You got the double cheeseburger.
Not even the double cheeseburger, right? The gas that they call it the nugget, right?
It's not healthy choices, but $5 food.
I know, but stay is gonna cost about $5.
I may leave that food discussion, but
stay is gonna cost about $5.
The double cheeseburger at McDonald's is not less than $5. It should be around $7 or $8.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Officer Haynes Johnson, you are muted. Thanks. Welcome to the show.
It's about $5, and $5 can get you a good bowl of Ghana Domba.
Ghana Domba said I'm fine, brother.
No, but listen, Raymond, when I say food and more listing in America, look, every house you go to, right? Or every houses you go to, you see food you see food wasting there 24/6. Like even when you're hungry, you leave
not exactly though.
You will eat. I want to know which house
so it's affordable. So food is affordable, but it's not cheap. That's what I want to say.
No,
and when we're talking, hold on, bro. When we're talking to our
Liberian friends. I said food cheap.
Now what you said? You said the cheapest thing you can find.
Yeah, because you're working this thing when you can provide, you don't think about that because you live.
That's why I agree, but I won't make the.
So you don't have to worry about what are expensive. Or
I agree with you, but why I'm trying to
leave people let we have a conversation, man. You took 15 minutes to play that ugly man video. Yes,
thank you. I know.
You see that Mickey guy. Mickey is a disruptor.
No,
right. Mickey, I was watching the time. Mickey, 15 minutes to repeat.
Mickey used to be at the back in a classroom that made like used to cause trouble.
Nelson, you never had nightmare before, huh? If you have had nightmare, you will force someone to a video.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's why let's see in summer 12, bro. Look, in the military, the guys studying medications. People who went to combat and stuff like that, right? So one time I didn't go to combat. I didn't go to war, but I got injured in training. So that's where my whole back problem started. So they gave me a medication, bro. I took the medication home. I took that medication. The thing I'm telling you, man. So when you take that medication, you go to bed. So bad dream you can have, man. People running behind you to stab you.
Is
You
that
with
which
marks on your
behind you?
face. So it was strange for me. I woke up sweating, bro. When I went to work the next day, I started explaining it. All my battle buddies who went to war, who served in Iraq, Afghanistan, the men called the medication name straight. I like how you manage to know the medicine, but that's the side effect of that medication, bro. You take that thing, like what we say in Liberia when you step on rest green and sleep under your foot, and rest green rub behind you. So bad dream, man. So I let us see some of 12, bro. I had that man before.
I make it scare me, brother.
No. Leave. No, that's not the issue. I mean, let's forget the finance minister. You know, the serious issue here is that the finance minister is being sanctioned. Look, Liberians should be. Yeah, I don't know how to say this, right? I don't know how to say this. Our country, we should be sorry. We should be I'm trying to find the right word for this.
Saddened.
We should be saddened, yeah. And just hearing that or knowing that our finance minister has been sanctioned. But that's what we're getting in terms of reaction is the complete contrary. Imagine they say one of the big men in your house. Bad thing happened to the man. 10 plenty of people in the house rejoicing. I mean,
why? when a man was bad to the people in the
they
house,
say one
happened?
of your heroes, one of your financial experts, one of the big bold men in your house, from your county, from your league, one of the men who can go outside the country. Let me tell you one out Liberian way. One of the men who can go out of the country in the white man country and defend your country and convince the people why your country making progress. They say they sanction the man. They say that people say that man will not go to that country that he needs to go to make the case. 10 people happy. Why?
We got a matter complete criminal.
You know, I want Mickey to speak on this.
We don't dress criminal, but we disgrace criminal. We don't dress you. We disgrace you. That's it. We don't dress you. We disgrace you.
Jerry not going again with his shoes. That's all Korean shoes.
I know that man bought near the north border though.
No, I cannot. I'm well safe. West side. That's what across the road. The military base.
Depending on the military border. Every time you talk military base.
Listen, human security is very important, which has someone
told me the other day that Jerry, from the way Jerry articulates, he's no different from Minister Samuel Twe. He said, Jerry articulating going backward.
Listen, the issue is Nelson. One person, like for me, yeah, so it's us and other group people. You have intellectual skills. But that guy is fake as the whole fake is fake. He's the first finance minister in the whole world to have carried Grab Institute and say, T-Max, if you see the number moving like this at a steady point, there's that. How the man at the market will understand we're gonna lie once you go low.
Anyway,
the number moving the side.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. But again, I want to say thanks to everyone. I mean, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. Lots of.
Are you still going to play that video on this show after repeating it?
We protest it.
No. Just to give you a nightmare, I will play that video again. So I want to make sure that.
Then hold me back when I go after you.
Nelson. The food conversation was very interesting. You know, I agree with Moaba. You are speaking in the context of the purchasing power parity. And you know, because
there you go, another Samuel Yeah, go ahead.
Raymond trying to, tell you about, the one you can buy $10 and this, that. But you see, when I came to Korea, I used to do my small thing.
So now I'll be calculating the money and say, they want when I was in US dollar, they want when I was in Liberian dollar. It's a total waste of time. So I agree with Moaba. In these kind of places, the least thing you worry about is food. Because in the morning in Korea, for somebody to greet you and say, and I say, have you eaten this morning?
Now when I crew is speaking out there, bro. That I Korean, you lie.
No. And I say, I think
crew,
Moko say,
you can
but
never
don't bother with
confuse
me.
Crew on that thing.
You always see the accent. You know, for we the grown people, yeah.
But
They say,
I mean, all right, I'm growing.
It's not crew. That's how you say.
That are Korean down
I
there.
agree, bro. You always see the. You always see the tribalistic, you know, kind of
Korean.
Korean.
Where you hear Korean guys?
Let's move on here. You don't forget Jerry. That accent. So your accent move from English, it go on Korean again. So everywhere you go,
so Jerry, right?
You have to do your voice talking a way to be able to cope with the bosses.
Jerry, listen, right? You should be sounding like those yoroshiku no gai shimasu.
Yeah.
Now, all the men who live among the short
That's Japanese.
And the men who live among Emmy height people there. Japanese, Koreans.
Wait a second. What are we doing? I mean, today.
Look, I'm acknowledging the fact that these two people, and you see the men displaying their linguistic prowess. They're telling us that they live among the people with certain height.
Ni hao.
Ni hao ma.
So that Emmy be an example of
a Chinese.
I call Emmy
Ni hao ma.
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah,
guys,
man.
Happy weekend, man. How you doing, man?
I know, man. It's so nice to be here.
We're good. You know, we are family now. We come together. There are positive energy rubs on one another. And even if we had a hard day, this is
but man, Raymond, thank you plenty for comparing note with the governor. Thank you plenty.
Man, you're the governor, man. We got to always take our hats off to you.
The governor is going there. So more about you. You got to call me. I know what kind of Arsenal share you get.
I met Jerry.
I make it walk alone. It can be Arsenal. I mean, walk alone.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Raymond. To be honest,
but Jerry,
don't mention my brother.
The part of Korea you living in, a solar panel layer using. Why your own bargain will always be there?
Always that.
I always say in my place. It's okay. Can't you see me?
No. Two things always happening with this guy. His back, his area is always dark. The next thing is his internet is always bad. Look at all the images on the screen. And compared to Jerry's a few we having. Jerry, which part of Korea you living?
My man, I told you the man living near the North border, bro.
The demilitarized zone.
Yeah.
Bro, solid.
But we have to move on, guys.
I need to always be moderate. That's why you see me like that. But I'm cool, bro.
Wow.
What does moderation has to do with your lightning?
No, you can't brighten it to the extent that it may affect your eyes.
So who on the set here you see with harsh lightning? Who here you see with that?
Megan to all. I want time I can hear.
So we have to move on, man.
My man, in Asia, there's a lot of ninja activity. Our brother is the shadow ninja.
I want the 5 elements.
No comment.
They tell you that one of the discipline of a ninja is silence. That man look like a market club.
You're going ninja and time no blow a lot.
Yeah, man, guys. Lots of things happening. Let's do 1 minute each, man. Let's talk about just whatever we have on our minds. Let's do 1 minute. Anything on your mind you want to talk about? Let's start with Jerry. Jerry, that 1 minute. So I'm setting the timer. I'm trying to make sure that you live within the 1 minute. Please.
Just call it man shadow ninja. He will live in the time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. What is actually on my mind is a form of despondent that I received. You know, I was so despondent when I heard the Ministry of Youth and Sport canceling the county sport means after counties have initiated, training processes. They took people across and this, that, even including my River G. Up to last night, I was on a group call where they said the football page is not even ready.
And some of the people who are politicizing say, oh, because the government and win, that the reason why they play that thing, the government going to win. So the government, the last budget, are they telling us they never put money there for county meat? I think it's so sad that you make people to get their efforts. In this kind of reconciliatory time, Georgia, who claim to be a footballer, who have added importance to this county meat because it will have, in my other people world, erase some of these, mixed feelings right now. Because if somebody from Lofa, all of them going to Lofa, River GM, whatever, in CPB, they were in the party, that would have been the basis. But how come the president didn't see this? So, I mean, it's a disappointment. They have canceled the county meeting until after inauguration. And, it's not easy. Taking office in almost close to February.
No, but did you read? No, Jerry, did you read the information from Soga Wilson, the Youth and Sports Minister? In 2017, the transitional team of then President-elect George Manuel Weah requested the Ellen Johnson government to kindly leave the hosting of the National County Sports Meet for the Weah administration or the Weah-led government to host Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government to host, and the Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government agreed. Right? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government agreed. In the same vein, the transitional team of President-elect Joseph Yuma Baraka has made similar requests, and President George Manuel Weah has accepted. In view thereof, the National County Sports Meet is hereby postponed to allow the new government host it. We apologize for the inconvenience this abrupt decision may cause the counties and their sponsors.
Okay, now there you go.
Jerry, this was a request, man.
I'm coming to a point. Mm-hmm. How can we believe Zoga Wilson, even if the Unity Party or the transitional team made a request that let postpone the thing, because we were former pay were not ready up to last night. I can call names, call Senator Sogbe. I called Senator Delon last night. He's a chairman of Youth Sport. But then I forgot that I needed to call my own senator first. So I spoke to all members of the caucus how the place was not ready. They said Chico promised that we were going to fix the place. So is Zoga Wilson telling me they were prepared today, Saturday, from my end to play that football game where they play not ready? They got to explain to us.
And again, Jerry, it depends.
So if the United Party even made a request, maybe these are some of the factors they say, okay, since the thing is important, you'll come. But the government already felt they could not have the candidate meet. So they will not make the Mokai apologize. They must stop saying because Joe Biden asked. In River as a
Jerry, the other one, listen, I don't have an opinion on this show, but the other one, I agree with you, Chief. The message you see here, the message say, Unity Party requested for them to host the county meet in January.
Listen, okay,
because of that, the Youth and Sports Minister or the CDC government agreed. They say, okay. Then you say the people, if I no evidence, Jerry.
No, listen, I just give you an example. I call people names. I called them last night. I was in Radio G chat room. The football page are supposed to host Grand Gita, Maryland, and Grand Crew and Sino. It's not ready, my brother.
So maybe because of the arrangement, the preparation delayed a little because it's already agreed that it's going to be in January.
Bro, the money is in the budget. We put money in the budget for it, so there should be no explanation. The Ministry of Youth and Sport made representation on Capitol Hill. We got money in the budget for it.
Thank you, sir.
I said you want to say something else. So they were not ready.
I don't want to say something else, Jerry. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Raymond, let's hear what's on your mind.
So my brother Jerry's a politician. We got to accept him as such. That's not a job, my brother. Well, already it's on my mind. We have to hold the new government feet to the fire as well as we held the past government feet to the fire.
Yeah.
And not everything we do in our country should be about politics. and about being on the front page to steal the spotlight. You know, the cleaning up campaign is going on in Liberia, which is a very positive initiative. And all those who involved with it would like to tell you thank you. But we got friends on the ground that we talk to as well. There are many persons who are volunteer and trying to come up to do this thing. There are many Liberians with the energy who wants to do it. But I hear that there are a certain group of Liberians who are very affiliated with the Unity Party who wants to be in the forefront. You know, many persons can have similar vision and be working on similar initiative and say, let's come under an umbrella. But let it be properly coordinated and allow every person to have a voice in the decision making. Because when you try to take the lead and when things are not working well, you take the blame. And this thing is not about one person trying to stand in front and take the glory. It's about time that we change the way we do business in our country. Where every Liberian who has a positive impact come and have a say. And let's draw our national agenda together. And I realize that there are some things now going positively. I realize there are some things being prioritized over another. You share up the cleaning up campaign into zones. And then the trucks are going and picking up the garbage from one zone and leaving other zones, even though people go in and clean. You got to stop that. We are watching and we are listening. And we name and shame those who trying to steal the spotlight and trying to stand in front and not doing the right thing. It's about time to work for the cause of the Liberian people, not for your name. If you want to be famous, you want to get a job, and that's why you're doing it, we are critical voices. We name and shame you. Let it be a warning. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks a lot. Let's hear you, Officer Hanks.
Well, thank you, Nelson. Good morning, good evening, afternoon, wherever you are, TV and radio listening audience, and to my fellow panelists here today. It's great being here. I missed it last night. I heard it was heated. I didn't even get a glimpse or listen at all, but I'm happy and blessed to be here tonight. I know my boy Hill gonna ask me. Finally, I took a day off. Yes, I took a day off to rest. Three senators, Senator Chris Coons, Senator Booker, and another U.S. Senator, Hill, Ambassador Boycott, congratulated him, and also hailed the State Department and Treasury for the recent sanctions. It's one thing when the U.S. House, Chris Smith and other people talk about sanctions, and the Senate comes and buttress it. That's a big deal. So for y'all, those on sanction, taking our sanction, I listened to a platform. I browsed through a platform earlier today, and I think sometimes that's why I like us on this platform. I'm gonna tweet our horn on this platform. We are learned people. We come here prepared to debate and escalate the topic to what level we can defend. For people to get on platform and talk about the U.S. acting ambassador, she was asked on the FM station, where are your evidence? She said it is out there. How many times you haven't heard or listened to the United States government say things are out there? Go fetch for yourself. Does that mean those people don't have credible or records and evidence to present against you? You think the U.S. government will waste their time? Senators will put their voices on Voice of America, on CNN, Fox News, whatever, and come and hail Liberia for search and come and say that, oh, the people talking nonsense. Liberians, you won't get facts, you won't get truth, you won't get everything. Tune into us. Listen to these young people here, listen to the program prior to this one, and listen to real news, and you will learn and understand how sanctions and things work that is going to affect Liberia. Thank God, Amin said lastly, she said the other day, sanction is not on a country no more. Sanctions in place on individual, and they will feel it like how pepper can feel when they pepper you when you're small. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. The real crew closing there. Anyway,
my man, I fire up tonight.
Thank you.
Magu,
I hope the officer didn't come with some pepper spray here.
I can't.
I like the officer. I like the officer. He's raw. He fires, as it is.
Jerry, you're looking for another opportunity to hijack some minutes. So please, let's have Mickey to come in. Go ahead, Mickey.
Oh well, I really didn't want to go talking about what's on my mind, but I just want to piggyback off what Jerry said with the whole county meeting and the cancellation or whatsoever, or the postponement of it. Here is the thing, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
What's your fuss with anything? My point here is, we sat down here, we see the people issuing sanctions on these people, freezing their assets and whatsoever. You won't give the men the opportunity to take the physical cash now and put it in their pocket to be eating this small, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to take that money allocated for the county meat and just fish in it. So it's a good thing. Let that other budget be under our control when we take over, and then we can unite the country. CDC has never united a country before. Why do you think now in the lean dot session they will unite a country with just a county meat? No. So, brother, please, that lay mile that the people say for that county meat, that whole year, we shouldn't give it to Samuel Twe. Because right now, Samuel Twe grabbing for every little thing that he'll be spending on, since he can't access his funds across the world. So please, bro.
Okay.
Let's do our B when we take our inauguration. We'll do our inauguration.
My brother, you are right. Just 30 seconds. You are right. But
leave that Jerry, man. Oh, look for
who gave you 30 seconds, Jerry?
I'm asking Nelson, because you know.
So because the may call your name, you want 30 seconds. Listen, Jerry,
go away.
No, it brings sense to the discourse. It brings sense to the discourse.
Okay, take 20 seconds. Take 20 seconds.
Yeah, the point I am making, my brother, the people went to the extent of start spending the same money we're talking about here. Maybe they finish eating it. The time now they say they can make it because Roger's sport page, it will pay for everything for it to be finished. Besides Roger's sport page, I listened to the other people from Mosovado. They were like protesting yesterday for their last year counted meat pay in Chikisu factory, all those things. So these guys are just criminals, and I just want to tell them the extent to which that we are playing like a dassical attitude with sports, and he's not the kind of unifier because he divided the country. Because if you believe in sport and unify people, I mean, you'll be making sense. But the poor added money. Ask anybody in Moravia. People started on Saturday, the progress will start. Then they say they can't make it.
Going on, they're taking 2 million.
Thank you, Jerry. You know, but I think Jerry is making some points here though, because the initial point raised by the point raised by Mickey was that, look, for the sake of controlling this entire budget, it's important that the Unity Party moves on with this thing. And but yeah, if the guys have already started spending, they started going into the budget, then it's a whole different thing all by itself. And most times those things are not like money sitting somewhere, maybe setting account or what have you. And that's just what it is. But go ahead.
Yeah, but then it gives us more reason to buy more handcuffs. That's what it does. It gave us reason to buy more handcuffs to put bango on people's hands.
Thank you, sir. Francis, let's hear you.
You mean a silver banker?
It can be gold bango, anyone.
The iron will use, and I go.
Go ahead, Francis. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, for me, I'm just gonna look at point us back to all those unnecessary parks and sport parks or soccer field we are built around Monrovia. 4. I don't know how much millions went into those things. You want to put one in the middle of West Point that's surrounded by Zingran. He airfield, I think Dusa, what are fee, man? D12 fee.
Yeah, then, Tusa fee, also Tusa fee.
Is it so? Wait, the West Point airfield, D12 fee, Tusa fee, and PHP.
Yes, absolutely.
5.
Yeah.
So you see, like people, the thing is, you don't just take somebody and just make him president. The person that will get common sense. The president say, "And not about educated." We know he's not educated, but common sense is not common anymore. all that money that he take to build 5 fields around Monrovia, there are 15 counties in Liberia. He could take some of that money, and the way he beautifies those fields in Monrovia, you don't even have to do it in the other counties like that. All you can do is give it a very good pitch and build some benches around the pitch that spectators, that can even take 1,000 spectators. It doesn't even have to be fancy, but make the pitch correct. That money could build stadium in all 15 counties for all the county teams. But when that gets sense, they did it in Monrovia. Then that small thing that they spent on that, they stole millions from the Liberian people. You see? So, I mean, I don't even know about how much budget allocated for a county need, but that's just simple thing that could save the county's money. Every year, they won't have to prepare for the state, like fix the stadium before they start new because those artificial turf is not hard to maintain. So they just sort of do it like that. Fix the stadium and put some benches around. But people get no sense. They just go and steal the money and throw small thing on the side to fool the Liberian people. That's what I gotta say.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Moba?
Yeah, thank you, man. Raymond, you just talk about it, the cleaning issues, but I will talk to I got other people who work on that field and who doing a lot of work, cleaning the entire city. I will try to talk to them to work in line with your other people that you contacted to, at least if they're doing the cleaning stuff, so they can be able to go there, take the garbage out, and then try to and use the car as you said. But I never, like you just saying it. But I get people who I can contact directly, and they will answer me now or whatsoever I call them, they will answer, and they on top of things on our issues. Yeah, so thank you for the concern. I will try to reach out to them tomorrow because now it's 9, it's late in Liberia. I will try to reach out to them tomorrow. But all I want you to do before you leave, you can give me some of the name or put it to the group chat, their numbers, so they can be contacted tomorrow.
Brother, you and I can talk, so call me. Let's talk about this.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that would be better. And then I will try to contact you with those people who doing the cleaning stuff, and more especially. Actually, what on my mind,
That's not what you have on your mind?
Yeah, nothing much on my mind today.
So, see, all that time about talking for Nelson and Freetown.
Oh, my man, wait a minute now. Oh, Jerry, you want hot jolly show again? Let me get clarity for my brother. Okay, let me go ahead, right? I got information today that Summit 12 children plus his wife ticket were, he bought a ticket today. They'll be leaving anytime next week. I think it's a warning to the incoming government. You guys need to do the Liberian people work and focus on the bread and butter issues, forget about corruption. Because every country, corruption damage that country completed, no matter how that country get all the resources, but as long as you got a lot of corrupt government officials, there's nothing good will come from that country. So it's just a warning to the incoming government. You guys need to be vigilant. You guys need to work for the Liberian people. You guys should forget about corrupt behavior and focus on how to build and unite our country and to develop the mind of our people. Enlighten the people, give them what they need, being a Liberian is not a curse, but it should be a blessing to every Liberian. So it's a warning. And let me close by saying a lot of Liberians today who work in the GMB government, I think they got a lot of family in the United States. They don't want that shame to come to them. So you guys need to do a better job. You need to come up. You need to shame anybody. We need whistleblower. You'll be protected under the law. We will protect you because the same thing that happened. We don't want it to repeat itself under this regime. We don't want it. So we need competent and corruption-free people so that they can go in our government and manage the resources for the entire nation. It's not only one side of the country, but the entire nation, where children who not have opportunity to go to school, they should be able to get an opportunity to go to school. Let mother who go in the market to sell, they must be able to sell their planting or whatsoever and get double profit so that they can live on it and be able to help their children, educate their children to be a better person of people for the coming future. Summit.
Thanks a lot. Ami, let's hear from you.
Let's go to the topic.
I wanted 20 seconds. I just wanted 20 seconds.
No, Jerry, we're
Really,
about to
Jerry?
open
Just
our
what is
discussion.
to mobile issue? Yeah, mobile.
No, nobody give you time,
Jerry,
man. Give that kind anytime.
Jerry, we're moving to our discussion now.
We say what's up?
No, I don't move to our discussion. I just want to say something. 20 seconds.
No.
I think are you doing it, that Jerry?
Give me
Let's have.
So
I
man,
mean,
you get Jared 2 minutes.
Back
Man,
in
you
the
always
minute,
on the
second
show. The man our guest.
Yeah, my man. And
The
I
man-
always say, give me the
All right, give 20 seconds of my time. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
You mean you
Start
within 40
now.
seconds?
Yeah. Mobile, you are absolutely correct because we committed to the process. But as I speak to you, there are sectorial analysis that are ongoing. Even the president elect,
You just
16
started.
Guys, we have to move on. We have to go.
So there are a lot of issues
Jerry,
going on. The government is fully aware. That's why we are not shifting blame that the way we are government say, oh, because they didn't do the one. We are finding solution. As I speak to you, maybe Raymond, somebody drop it here. Every implementation framework in terms of 100-day plans about the rule is well on course, my brother. I just wanted to guarantee our people.
Thank you.
I mean, I can trust you. I mean,
thank you.
What the information are.
Thank you, Jerry.
The way on more shout out where you go high in South Korea, there because the men are going to pull you down, pony cartoon like bro, feel good.
Thank you, Jerry.
I mean,
you want to go, I mean, just to.
No, let's go to the discussion.
So,
wait. I mean, okay.
Come on, Princess. You know, I always get time for the discussion. Go ahead.
I took how many times, so it's okay.
Yeah, so
that's the summer 12 effect.
It's a good thing.
I get guys looking at summer 12 like battering or not.
So it's a good thing. The other day we played the video here when Mayor Jefferson Koji. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get something up. When Mayor Jefferson Koji appeared in court after being subpoenaed, when he appeared, and then when he came back from the courtroom, he provided some pieces of information with respect to what transpired, and that he's a respecter of the law. Talking about the Councillor Scott case, Councillor Gloria Musu Scott. And the wife of Vali Tele was also subpoenaed. She was to appear. And there are pieces of information that all of those individuals provided in court. The information is a public document. Anyone can have access to it. And so that's how we got hold of it. And I just want to put up some of what was revealed by the parties who appeared. Let me see if I can pull up the first one. Mayor Jefferson Koji testified as the process goes on. So I don't know whether I will be able to go up there the way I wanted to, but can I read from what I have here, and then let me just give you a try. Let me give you a try. So he appeared and he provided pieces of information with respect to his core law, his activities within the time the incident occurred, talking about the death of Chalo Musu. The wife of Vali Tele. As you know, on the previous days, we talked about this document has some sensitive information, and I don't want it to be displayed on the screen. Especially the contact.
Just read what you got.
Yeah, the contact details here. They are all there. So I think I will just read from what I have here. Okay, so Mayor Jefferson Koji appeared in court. He testified as the court demanded, as the defense counsel demanded. And then the wife of Valley Teller, as most of you are aware that the day before all of those things, Valley Teller's wife got dragged into this thing because Valley told the court that the number that made those calls, he knows the number, but it is not his number. It is rather his wife's number. And so the court then requested that his wife, Marmu, appear in court and be able to provide some pieces of information on the situation. Also, the GSM company was asked to provide some pieces of information with respect to the call logs, where those people made those specific calls from. And so Mayor Jefferson Kochi, following the testimony, the information provided, the mayor's official number, it was established that it is registered in a woman's name. The name is in a woman's name. And so Mistress Teller, on the other hand, denied being out and calling late night from different locations. She said her husband sometimes uses the phone. So let's go into the information one after another. In the case of Mayor Koji, the number 077 blah 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 blah, which he provided in court as his official number, is registered in the name of a woman and not him. Defense subpoenaed the GSM company call log of said number revealed. So the first thing is that the number that he provided as his official number, when the GSM company appeared in court, from their system, they disclosed that that number, though he's the one using it and he provided it as his official number, but the number is registered in a female's name. The call log from blah blah blah, the GSM company, also revealed that the number is the number blah 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 registered in his name is not in use. So there are two numbers. One is registered in his name, but is not in use, and the other is registered in a female's name, and that's the number that is in use. And so, while testifying in court on Wednesday, December 12th, Major Koji told the court and jurors that when he was invited by the police during the investigation into the gruesome murder of Chalo Musu on February 22, he provided his number, blah, 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 to the police. And after he was released and issued official clearance by the police, he wrote the Ministry of Justice to subpoena his call log and so on. So this is the first aspect. I just want us to run over it. So with the number, two numbers provided, one is registered in his name, it is not in use. The other is not registered in his name, in a female's name, but that number is the one that is in use. So let's go to Valley Teller's wife. In the related development, Mariamu Fofana, the wife of Valley Teller, has testified to using the number 077 blah blah blah, which was bought by her husband and registered in his name, but denied ever using the number, denied ever using said number to make and receive calls from different locations and at different times, including the late night hours in and around Monrovia. Some of the locations from which the calls were made include the Seti compound. So on the 20th of February, so they then went back to the entire trace they traced the communication with this number from the 20th of February all the way to the 24th of February. So let's come to the 20th of February. That particular number made calls from the SETI compound, Global Metal Factory, Kingsville, and 72nd Road on the 22nd. On the 20th, rather. On the 21st, from 72nd, Golden Metal, LEC Bunjad, and so forth. On the 22nd, at 72nd, Jacobtown, a community, 72nd Road, King Saboso, and so forth. So on the same day, on the 23rd of February now, the call log also revealed that the number on February 23, 2023, made and received calls from Logan Time, the Island Cleanlit, the Bonja Douala Market, Golden Meadow, and all of those things. So, in a nutshell, there are information provided here with respect to the unfoldings that are just bringing out different sides of this particular happening here. In the case of Councilor Gloria Musu Scott and the death of Charlo Musu and so forth. So from the recent appearance, the mayor appeared. He provided information. The GSM companies were subpoenaed, and they've been able to tell the court that, look, these numbers you have here, though John Brown or Peter Paul provided this number as his number in the case of Mayor Koji, but the number he provided as his number is not in use. The one that is registered in his name is not in use. The one that is not registered in his name, the one that is in use rather, is being registered in the name of a female. The name of the female we will not mention. In the case of Valik Tele, wife, she appeared. And her information provided was that, look, the number here that my husband say he know, that he say for me, I know he bought the number, he registered everything, but I'm not the one using this number. My husband registered this number. He said, you know, it's for me and blah blah blah, but he missed call on the number most times. Now, when you go back to the time before the wife Mariam came into this picture and all of that, this number came into the picture because it was established that on the night of the incident, that number communicated with the security guard at Councilor Musu's, Gloria Musu Scott's house. There was a communication between that particular number and the security guard at Councilor Musu's house. Now the wife, Valley Teller says, is his wife's number. He didn't have anything to do with that communication. Now the wife is saying that, look, my husband registered the number, yeah, but I am not the principal principal user of that number. I'm not the one using the number. I don't make calls with that number. I've never made calls, especially at that time of the night, with that particular number. It's my husband who's in charge. In the case of Mayor Koji, he provided two numbers. One of the numbers, the GSM companies went into their system and they revealed from their call logs and everything that, look, the one that he said that he real number that registered in your name, that number not in use. The one that there's a number registered in a female's name, the one that he uses is not registered in his name, is registered in a female's name. So this is where we are with this particular case. That's just a quick update for our audience, for our people who have been following the show, because we we've taken up a significant portion of our time to provide some of these updates, and so it's just important that our audience know, especially following the appearance of Mayor Koji in court and some of those happenings. So anyone want to chip in on this before we move to our next talking point?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Why will you try to uh, shield the name of the individual with the number that the mayor presented as his numbers in their name? But this information should be public information.
You know, Raymond wants to put me on the I don't know how to call it, right? So yeah, you're right. You're right. So this information is public information. And so let me just go to the portion. Let me just go to the portion that has to do with the name of this lady. So the actual number that the mayor uses is registered in a female's name, and that name is let me try to find it here. Let me try to find it here.
Why Nelson looking for that name? Pretty much you can see the kind of clandestine thing that they try to do. I mean, first value teller, you saying no belong to your wife. You don't have no spousal privilege yet in that stuff. So you think if you say your wife, then they will not get her to testify. I'm glad you were able to speak the truth, saying that, oh, he registered the number in my name, but I don't use it. He used the number. All the places the calls were spotted on. I've not made calls from there. I don't make calls that late in the hours in the night. Then with Koji, how convenient that the number that he uses, that registering his name, doesn't work anymore, or it was not working around that time. But you got another female phone number, registered a female name that you're using. So they just need to dig further into it, and the truth will come out.
Yeah, so Rima, just to the point, all right, the question, the concern that you have, from the document I have before me here, the name of the female is not mentioned, is not captured in this document, and I think for some security reason, all of that. So the name of the female, apparently mentioning the name of the female when it would then link someone and link another XYZ. So it's not mentioned here.
So why did it mention the other female's name?
Because it's a wife.
Yeah, because it's the wife. Because the wife had was already dragged into this thing by the husband. He said that he was not the one who communicated with the security guy. It was rather, in fact, he knows the number. He didn't communicate with the security guard. That number belongs to his wife.
But you see the
so
problem
that's how
there?
the wife was dragged into this whole thing.
But when the police interviewed him the first time, right, they asked for his phone number. He wrote that number down.
Yeah.
So he wrote that number down subconsciously because he know that that's the number he uses all the time. But now because they are tracing it, so he tried to push it on his wife because it's not registered in my name. But his wife didn't write that number down on the form. He did. You see?
But,
so
yeah, I think in subsequent time they were try to subpoena that woman, right? The woman the girls or woman we don't know.
She already appeared.
No, I'm not talking about Vanessa West.
You're talking about
unidentified number. Yes.
Oh,
They got to subpoena her because they want to know the facts. More especially, but now I think they want to do it under this regime now. Probably except the Unity Party come into power, then probably they can, open an investigation in the sense that everybody will be protected under the law and everything will be straight. And then they can subpoena her for more questions.
Let me ask a question.
And it's
let me ask a question, Nelson, to everybody. When are they establishing? I know you following the case in Liberia. Are they establishing when was Koji original number that is not currently in service? When was it registered? When was it disconnected? When was it inactive? when
The
was
last.
that chip? All of those things. Are there anything on the case or anything on this report stating it prior to him stating that the previous number? Because when you collect cell phones, you collect this is somewhere beyond my level, but on a first surface, when you collect cell phones, those evidences are taken separately. All electronic evidences are back separately because cell phone can lose its traction, can lose its data, can lose its thing. Depends what you put near it. So that's why when you collect cell phones for evidences or evidence, they are packed. Any electronic data things are packed separately. So they should be able to know by this time when was Koji original number registered and when it was deactivated. Then that can set the premise to say that he was using this lady's phone or whatever phone he was talking about. So
And,
they have a
and,
they
and,
have a case.
and also let me add to why you know like and especially the core tower. I don't know if we have some in Liberia, how many core tower we have. I think yeah,
Okay,
no,
so let's just do this in order, right? Okay, so let's have you now, mobile. Maybe you can wait in your
okay,
thoughts
yeah,
on, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we can make the rounds on it.
Yeah, okay. As I was saying, right, the core tower. Sometimes the core tower also is important because it always show you the magnitude and the direction where the person was when the call came in. But I
No,
think
but
certain
all
people
of those
who
things are captured in the document, mobile. So
so
you take, for
if that being
example,
said, right? Mm-hmm.
on the 20th of February, all
Mm-hmm.
of the places that that particular number made calls from
Mm-hmm.
is captured here in the document.
All right.
For example, they have the SETI compound, Golden Meadow, Fazri, 72nd, and all of those places where that particular number made some calls from. On the 21st, same thing. The information is there. On the 22nd, on the 23rd, I mean, throughout.
So
So
all the
it tells you that
information
that whole core tower thing you're talking about is
mm-hmm.
also considered in
capture.
this. Yeah, it's captured here.
So all the calls, it was a GSM company who gave the information, right?
This is contained in the testimony from the GSM company.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, so like the case, look, we can say whatever we want to say, right? There is nothing in the case that can identify that Jefferson Koji is not any connected to this case. Look, I'm not here to I'm not judging him. I'm not a judge, but in my own opinion, right? In my own opinion, hold me responsible for whatever I say, right? If
Okay.
according to all the call law we're looking at, what you just read on the sheet or on the call whatsoever, right? It's glaring that there was something featured that happened that night. And more especially the security guard to the woman's house. There was a communication within that time period. So how it's just glaring. So there is no way Jefferson Koji can be like mention. It is glaring. The only thing that the justice system need to do, like make sure, let it call for more witnesses and let them make sure and talk to other people who involved indirectly or directly or indirectly, and bring them for witness because the more you talk, maybe the more you get awareness, the more people will be able to come out and say something. And anything you say, don't take it for granted. It is like people will not just come and say, "Oh, did it," but people will know what really happened, and they will come up with really reliable information and testimony that will implicate Jefferson Koji and the Vanity threat, and it will set that woman free. Because the core log will, all the calls we're talking about here, everything linked directly to Jefferson Koji. So there's no way you can lie because in investigation, the first thing you look at is the communication. In any investigation, my brother Hills will tell you, ask Haynes, he will tell you. So all those things is directly from the communication first.
Thank
You
you.
put look at the
Thank you.
communication, how many times you and the person talk, what was the communication, how long you see the person, all those stuff before the person start building that case. And you understand? So it is glaring
Thanks a
that
lot.
Jefferson Cody, I
Can I
think he
chime
got
in a little bit?
a link in the situation.
Can I
Yeah,
chime in a little bit on it?
In the
every
murder
single
case.
person, the fact that you are invited to testify or provide information, you're one way or the other, needed, in this thing. But let's hear you, Mickey.
Investigation is sweet. Everybody get an error. Now, the issue about the call logs and whatsoever in law, more than likely that will be termed or classified as a circumstantial evidence, right? It's not an evidence directly linking Valley Teller or Jefferson Koji to the crime, but it gives an inference that they could be connected to the crime. Now, here's the connection to the dot now to bring that inference into actuality. There is something called the actus reus and the mens reus, the guilty mind and the guilty act. The both of them come into play when a crime is committed. Now, the issue of Valley Teller's wife, the tower is the one that transmit data from calls, and each tower is placed in a strategic location that communities or consumers will use. So Valley Teller said his wife made the call. Now, Valley Teller's wife is saying she has no reason to make that call at that time, if I got that right. If that is the case, now we have to look at the proximity between Valley Teller's house, where his wife was at the time of the commission of that crime, or when the call was made, to that of the crime scene. If they both share that tower, then Valley Teller will have a little point, because what the investigation will show, it will not tell you that the call came from Valley Teller's house. It will only tell you that our call bounced off a particular tower that's responsible for communication in that whole region. But if the proximity, if Valley Teller's house is not in the proximity that uses that particular tower, then the issue of motive and incentives kick in. Why do I say that? What is the motive? That would be if Valley Teller's location, his house location, does not share the tower.
The tower.
Yeah. If his house does not share that tower, then the question will be, it's just going to be easy. The question will be, what is the motive, or what was the motive of Valley Teller's wife making a call in an area that is controlled by that particular tower within the proximity of the crime scene? What is the motive? That's what the investigation will go off of. Now they will ask her, why were you there at this particular time, this ungodly hour, that you had to make that call? And everybody knows she's a mother. Did she have a motive for being there? If she did, then we'll come to the issue of incentive. Why would she benefit from being there? You understand that crime was committed. So the whole issue is not, if they actually go by the ethics of investigation, it's pretty easy to find out if it was Valley Teller who made a call or if it was his wife. Because if she didn't belong there at that particular, she didn't have a motive for being there or an incentive for being there, you cannot place her there.
But you said she was not the one who made the call.
No, I mean, she's saying that that's her statement, right? But the investigation now is going to call into question the actus reus and the mens reus, the guilty act and the guilty mind. What is the motive of that woman being involved in such a thing?
But do you also know that cause, I think the legal term there is ping. I think that's the word you're trying to feel. Ping. It pings from tower to tower. So
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that is the issue. We first have to establish, is that tower serving both Valley Teller's home location and or Justice Scott location? If it's not serving both location, then boom. Why would bring a woman outside that particular time in that other location that only serve the tower only serves a Justice Scott location? Why?
You know, I mean, that's a great point. A very great point you're coming in with there. But let's move to Jerry. Jerry, you want to wait in your?
You skipping over me, Chief?
Look, okay, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you after Jerry. Let's.
Yeah. You see, the entire issue, the reality are setting in now, will get vindicated very soon. Because we said, repeatedly.
We are you a party to this case or what?
No, I'm saying because we condemn immoral violation for which Jefferson Koji was, sanctioned.
Okay.
And these are some of the allegations that were coming. We were not casting in stones that, he do it, this, that, but on the day I saw Vali Teller saying in 1994 he had Aqua Life, then it raised red flag to me. So I'm not surprised that the number he's using in
who had Aqua Life in 19?
That's why he said that 1994 you're fighting Unibo K war, I know Unibo J or gonna get. I think he had Aqua Life. Then everyone knew that.
Aqua Life.
He needed to explain
No, the
more
water
time.
bottle, the Aqua Life water bottle out in the picture. That's what Sherry is referring to.
I thought share.
Yes. Because by that time, no Aqua Life. But you see, the most interesting part is Jeff Koji gave a number that is in a female name. And number two, they will not come to this number. The reason why their numbers are involved, I'm not an investigator, because they want to trace exactly why all these calls were gravitating towards certain areas. Because if they were not connected to the case, they will not be bringing the numbers in. And this is where the issue has been. The woman is in prison today. Then we go into all the nitty-gritty that we have served as the basis because we wanted to clear somebody's name. Now, thank God we defeated them. I did a lawyer and get small breath, everybody following. So let's see.
No, but when you talk about defeat, Jerry, I want us to first of all agree here, and let's continue to inform our audience that the case has not come to an end yet. It's just
no, not at all. But what I'm saying,
right?
now,
So
what
no,
I'm saying,
no.
What I'm saying, I said the only reason why you saw that case going with speed, it was after election, bro. To be frank, all these fights we've been saying it that low. You go to the court lawyer, go to the place, that brought small piece of evidence, bam, they put the woman in jail. Now we are coming, Jefferson Koji then giving different number. The woman say no, if I even get that number, but in that me a days that Vali Teller man, I've not said anything truthful. Because for that man to say he had Aqua Life in 1994, it tells you that and he had gone on his side. So
you mean acid water? Is that an acid water name?
No, that drinking water, Aqua Life.
Water.
Yes, in Morovia.
Oh.
But by that time there was no Aqua Life. But he showed a picture that he had gone. He said no, that was 1994. And but then Aqua Life bottle was in your hand. They couldn't call it from there. And
Okay.
So yeah. So in essence, they are not being truthful. A Jerry brother has not come out. They will not be here. A Jerry brother has not come out. So I've seen some element of truth in what Councillor Jerry Verdier articulated on several platforms.
Thanks a lot. Let's move to Raymond. Where is Raymond? Okay, Raymond, go ahead. Let's hear you. Let's hear
no,
you.
Raymond, take a nap.
You want to take a nap?
So, the very first thing in investigation, I got no background in such, but at the workplace, I've sat on several investigation panels, and all the time we caught the culprits. And I've come to realize that there's no possibility of committing crimes without leaving trace. But it takes the intelligence of those looking to find it. No how sophisticated you are, there's always trace. It's impossible. Only God can do that. And no one's God. So the full information that you just provided speaks volume. And the one thing is, on an oath, people are saying, indicting things, providing information that are misleading, using a number as a government official that is not within your name. And when we saw CDC in the opposition, for those of us who can see one and understand our one and two and understand our one, we saw a criminal syndicate. We saw a gang. And this government have operated as one. Evidenced by the number of indictees or those who's being sanctioned by the greatest country on earth, the USA. The number of international partners who wrote a letter and said, stop stealing our money in the first year the guy in power. And all the things that we never seen before that we seen. Auditors in the line of duty in 1 week, 4 auditors passing. This is just another evidence that the Liberian people who can see number one and understand that number one and see number two and know that number two mean is simple as daylight.
Thank you.
They group of people, they are gangs, and all to do is commit crime in broad daylight. And the thing about it, they're not intelligent enough that you can read in their eyes and know that they're coming from committing crimes.
Thanks a lot.
They are reckless gambler. They are reckless gambler.
Yeah, Jerry, you're not hijacking another minute. We're gonna move to Francis, but just before doing that, Dormon Colley in the comment section says the security guard at Madam Scott's house needs to be invited to answer questions about the reasons of the call and so forth. But listen, let's say this, that the security guard, the very individual who made the call, the last time we had Noah here, right? Mr. Noah Scott, the son of Councilor Gloria Musu Scott, and he said that the first person to go to court, even before the information about a call being placed to the security guard, the first person to go to court and testify against the family was the security guard. Later, they realized that it was this very security guard that was in communication, that is alleged to have had a communication with this number that's linked to Valley Tele. But Francis, go ahead. Let's hear your take on this one.
I mean, it was speech.
Yeah,
Just a matter of time.
That's pretty much what I wanted to point out, because I remember the guy mentioned that. So, one way or the other, Vital or his wife are linked to communicating with that security guy. I believe that before the incident and after the incident. So that particular number is linked, so they will answer for it. I don't have much to say on it. We'll all cover that. So I think I will rest for now.
Okay. So, Officer Hanks, you want to come in?
Yeah, Amy, Wayne. Yeah, I just wanted to ask. I have not heard anything doing this whole investigation, or then maybe they probably don't use it. But has there been any time where the chief investigator stood on this thing and used this the 6 W's? I think all you guys know I'm talking about the who, what, when, where, why, and how.
And how. Yeah.
Yeah, they put it there as a W. Those are very essential in this is the premise of laying down and gathering
Can
and
we all
preparing an
mute?
investigation.
There's a feedback coming in from someone. Can we mute?
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, anywhere in there, in all the investigative papers that you are reading, I have not heard, even as when he testified, the chief of police, none of those questions were asked. When were you? How were you? Why? And none of those questions. So we're lacking so much in this case that may come good or may come bad, but we will sit and watch and see. But we'll talk from our end.
Yeah, let's see. That 10 seconds. You see,
Mama, please wait. You know, so for more than 30 minutes here.
I said 10 seconds. I'm not even talking about. I want to make
Let's have more about 10 seconds. Jerry will take 10 seconds.
My own sister want me to know. Yeah, but you know, first of all, we're living in the 21st century, right? You know, Liberia, we don't even know what we call, or we don't even have what we call fingerprint. Look at in America, in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the people were having fingerprint in this country. They used to trace people by their fingerprint. But Liberia, in the 21st century, we don't even have a database.
People, I mean, the whole thing about fingerprints are taken here, unless maybe you want to talk about the database and maybe for what specific purpose. But if you want to do the passport, for example, you want to get a national ID card, all those places they do take.
First of all,
you don't have a criminal
First of all,
database.
let me just say this, right? First of all, if Liberia want to make let's say investigation very easy, they should have taken fingerprint very seriously. Reason being, If even you won't get a, I come in now, everybody vote in Liberia. Everybody. The moment you won't get a voting card, because that's the easier way to get a lot of people. The moment you want to get a voting card, they do your fingerprint.
No,
the reason being to do
no,
that,
Baba, you can't do that. You'll be violating the people. You know how? Let me tell you how they collect.
No, I understand. I just
No,
know. Listen,
you will be violating people's
let me
right.
just learn.
Let's have
listen,
Moba to learn.
It's not
Let's have
crazy.
Moba to
Listen,
learn.
I'm saying it's not to say I'm trying to enforce it in that way, but I'm doing it because a lot of people, in Liberia, maybe when you say, oh, on a normal basis, everybody need to do fingerprint, people will not want to do it. So you're doing that based on the crime rate. So if you do a fingerprint and you just put it in the database for future, I know, but in America, we all do fingerprint. No matter what, the moment coming in the country, you do fingerprint.
No, the reason I say you're wrong, consent. Wrong. That's not how the American.
That consent is a public.
No,
something.
it's not.
No.
Let me
guys, we have to make progress.
Yeah,
Guys,
let me just address that point, and Amy will come in, right? The reason I say you're wrong, Moba, you cannot take a person's fingerprint to put it in a database. How you collect fingerprints for database, how to do it in America, if somebody commits a crime, when they go for booking, if that crime, for the particular crime they went for, you collect the fingerprints. Those fingerprints are the ones that will be placed in the database. Now, the reason they do that, they do it for recidivist purposes. What does it mean? Repeated offenders. You getting me? So they don't check out your fingerprint. You
can go trick somebody for that fingerprint.
To
immigration.
When I came in the country, I did fingerprint, right?
Guys,
so if I do crime right now, if I leave my fingerprint there, right? If they take my fingerprint,
no, it's not for that purpose.
My name will come. No, they got to do on that purpose. I'm discussing it on the crime level. I'm
Moba,
not discussing it.
Moba,
listen to
Take my time back.
And Moba, we got different expertise here, and we're educating the public. So when you give an information and someone's correcting you, just take the correction. But you can't argue it to the boom because these are
your
people.
fingerprint you did with immigration is not for crime purposes. No,
it's not. Yeah,
it's not in the FBI database for crime purposes.
But they can still trace me from there.
No, they can't do it.
That consent breach, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's Officer Haynes, you've concluded already, right?
No, I'm done. I was just saying a consent breach.
So
just to chip in a little bit.
Yeah.
Think about that data. But your fingerprint is your personal information.
You're gonna come in.
I'm sorry.
Let's take Jerry. I see Jerry's hand up, and then after Jerry, we move to our sister.
What are Amy will talk?
Amy will make her point.
I'm just
giving.
I gotta put in my.
Yeah, I just want that to succinctly.
Start here.
Article provide some clarity. Bro, we have some of the best lawyers in our country, critical minds. And, that's why all the questions are being asked. Why you think they're calling for call laws down? Why at the time Valitere and woman to call the security guy in question or in a compound that day? But cool. These are the hardware, all these things. We are going to the bottom of this. One of Liberia's best lawyers, Constantine Bali, is on the team. Many of them, Google lawyers, they are there. These guys, we are on their neck. We are on that net about all the information are coming on. So you got no cause to worry. Will they matter? And then we now go saying that again.
Hey, so how to put his DNA? How to put his DNA?
Mama, this is not a back and forth.
No. We're not going back. I don't want to make clarity. Oh yeah, we want to get people a picture or clarity.
Your DNA, your saliva, your blood.
Guys.
You see DNA,
but Moba.
I'm just trying to link something, but it's fine.
I want you. No, listen. I'm not cutting you off like that. I just want you to pin down your thoughts. Let's go to our sister Amin. She's here to make a contribution to the discussion. Let's have her to make a point. Then maybe we're gonna have another time when we'll come back and maybe you. So just jot down your points that you want to make, please. Amy, go ahead.
So thank you. My only concern here is I think some of the guys I already mentioned some. That's why I'm not beating somebody up right now. But Yeah, why would Jefferson Kochi give a number that is not registered in his name? I'm concerned about that, and not the number that he has in his name. Because that number could have been traced. So you could be giving somebody else's number that wouldn't show the activity that you did at night. Or if you were calling Valley Teller or whatever, if that was somebody else's number, that person, it may not show on there. But on your own, whatever phone you're using, it could have shown on it. So it's a lot of question around there as well. And why will if Valley Teller knew that this was his wife's number, why would he put that on the information they gave him to put his numbers down? If you know that was his wife's number and he doesn't use that phone. So that doesn't add up as well. That number was the lady I already said it. Even though it was in my name, but he's the one who used it. He used it most of the time. So that alone will show that there was a communication between those two, the security guard, and the security guard need to be brought back in. He need to be squeezed. He will say something because this is not a coincidence for the security guard, a new security guard is brought in to watch somebody's house is communicating with the person that is being accused of being in a house to do something. It just doesn't happen. It's not a coincidence that I'm just not agreeing to it. And he's saying that it wasn't mine. If there's something to say, oh, I know this person or my wife know this person, it could be possible, right? But he denies knowing the person, he denied making the call. So that alone, and the wife came, the wife denied it as well. So there is something going on there, and they need to something. I tell you, you're gonna have Mr. Scott here tonight too, to give him
Yeah,
more info to
yeah.
this.
So hopefully we'll have him on tomorrow, so he provide more information from the family own perspective. But go ahead,
Yeah,
Officer Haynes.
so it's definitely something's going on with that whole call log thing. They need to look in it more. And like Mickey said, when I don't know if it was Mickey, when did Jefferson Koji gave that number up? When did that number stop working? When did he had this number that had another had a girl's name on it? All of that needs to be established in order to come up to some kind of conclusion to know what's going on.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Hans, let's hear you.
Nelson, I just wanted to say this real quickly. We are all putting our layman thoughts and we are kind of second guessing or applying what we know so far as individual here tonight that can be used in this case to better to either for theory studies or what have case study or what have you. Look, the fingerprints, they are all circumstantial evidence. They're not actual facts that can be used. One. Two, 21st century technology in solving crimes now got to do with what? DNA, swabbing, your saliva, your blood, your sweat. Those are the things that we use. We gather. Your look, Nelson. If you are shot in your shoulder, the bullet passes through your hand. You survive. This shirt is considered evidence. It's taken in and placed in the DNA area. It is swabbed. First thing should have happened on our scene. That's why we kept saying I kept asking this question. I kept saying it over and over. How did it seal that area up? Did it do swab of Madam Scott, her family, the security guard? Then, when this cell phone was captured, this thing we're talking cell phone passing around, the fingerprints, everybody's sharing phone. But the key evidence in this thing that we're looking at, even with the DNA swabs that could have been done, one of the things that will make and break this case is what is happening right now with this connection with the cell phone pinging tower, the calls being made, this person testifying, that person not testifying. This is where we can bring in what you call plea bargaining. You bring those two women in and set them down and talk to them and say, look, this is the situation, that is the situation. Both prosecution and defense team can bring those people in along with the chief investigators and say, look, this is what we're looking at here. If you're lie and you're just saying do this, this is how you pressure people to confess sometimes.
Okay.
These things will lead you just 5 seconds. These things will put you into jail for a longer
Start
time.
leading a secret out now.
Or we can do a plea bargain. No, we do a plea bargain and you get limited time or you get to walk and spill the truth. This case can be make and break on the phone calls.
Okay.
No, I got a
Thanks,
quick
Officer
You
question.
want me?
Johnson.
You want me
It.
coming out?
No, 20
Uh,
seconds.
so, I mean, go ahead, and we have to transition to the
Okay,
next
yeah.
point.
With the fingerprinting, Officer Hans, I know this is your fear. I'm not trying to challenge you or anything, but with the fingerprinting in this case, I think it would mean a lot because if Vadi Teller fingerprint is found in a lady's house, he had no business doing it. What would his fingerprint be doing it? So in this case, fingerprint is very important. We can't dismiss that. Because that's not he doesn't live in a house. That's not his family house.
Listen,
You
that
say he
tell the
was never
settlement.
there.
I just want to.
And he didn't kill this little girl.
What
So
could
hey,
buttress
there's
the
no reason.
fingerprints? I was saying what could buttress the fingerprints? Also swap.
And the call lock, the swap, and all of that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
let's get Mobile to come in quickly.
yeah, like I just want to make a clarity. You see, we all here giving information, right? And we understand we all here to learn as much we go on. But whenever you commit crime in this country, right? For example, the people get it, the nationwide database where they got everybody fingerprint in Washington D.C. Right? I don't know which state, but they get it there. If you
Yeah, but I
commit
have my
crime,
fingerprint.
I come in now. If you commit crime, for example, if you commit a crime, and when they try to and they get a fingerprint, they will put it in the system in a criminal database. If they get you, they will go to Washington to see. They will tell you they won't check it. They won't check the fingerprint database. If they match, the investigation
okay.
go on. So I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's
Okay,
how they get
okay,
it.
great.
Violation,
So,
Mobile.
okay,
Is that
I'm coming
you
now.
commit crime is a
Let's do this.
violation?
Let's do this,
No.
guys. Let's
Doesn't.
do this. Let's do this. Officer Johnson here is a police officer.
But anyway, everybody, that's fine.
Our brother Mickey here, have been in the security as well. Officer Johnson and
I
our
watch
brother
a lot of
Mickey here.
CSI too.
We're not even
No,
talking about other crimes.
we get time for that movie.
We're
thing,
discussing
man.
murder. We're not discussing about petty crime. We're
listen,
discussing murder.
yeah, no, Mobile, I don't want us to jump the gun. Officer Johnson and our brother Mickey Hill. What do you guys know? How does it work? This fingerprinting, as far as you know, as security personnel or people who have been into this sector, how does this fingerprint work? At what point in time does an individual fingerprint get to be used? Yes, just take us through. Let's give you 1 minute each to weigh in your thoughts on this because it's important for the sake of our audience.
First of all, as my brother Hans said, it's a breach. It's a breach, right, of an individual's privacy to collect their fingerprint for said purpose when they have not committed a crime.
It's not what I'm saying.
Bro, listen. You said when you're doing your immigration work, the day your fingerprint, so they put it in the system. No, that's not what it's for. The FBI, the FBI is responsible for that. They got a national criminal database. Each state has theirs, and it's each state the how they call it the sheriff department, you understand, has their own locally as well. So what they do, wheresoever you commit a crime, if it is not a federal crime, your local state or your county first process that. So it moves from one point to the other. There is no collective database for everybody fingerprint. Now, what they do is that the reason that database is the criminal database is so big, it started from one person. When the issue of fingerprints came out, right? When one person committed a crime, they took that person fingerprint and they save it in the database system so that there's a possibility. They got something called recidivism or repeated offender, right? There's a possibility that man will commit a crime again, so they keep it information in the system and so forth. If you commit a crime, they take your prints and they match it in a criminal database. They don't go to nationwide database. When you talk about the issue of DNA, they got something called lifting. On a crime scene, they lift, right? They go for DNA. It could be a hair screen, it could be clothes, it could be saliva, whatsoever. Exactly. They take those and then they match it in the criminal database. If they don't find any, because that's why we say, as Hans said, all of those things, they are circumstantial evidence. It has an inference that this person could be linked to the crime. There's a difference between a circumstantial evidence and a direct evidence. Fingerprints or DNA, and all those things are circumstantial evidence. They will have to trace it directly to the commission of the crime. Even though sometimes circumstantial evidence can be used to convict people, but it's not like it doesn't happen or every day. They will have to trace those. That's why it's called circumstantial evidence. So, Moba, your fingerprints that you did for immigration purposes, we all did it. They are not in a. That's why they got something called criminal booking, right? When you go to the police station, they book you.
Right.
Fingerprints. They don't go to immigration.
Take your bullshot.
Guys,
It doesn't work that way.
Let's mute. The feedback is coming in. Thank you. Officer Haynes, just coming quickly on this. But just before you do, I see here a comment from Dorman Colley that says fingerprints in the national database are private and must need your consent before it is pulled out. But go ahead, Officer Haynes.
That guy probably, I've been seeing his posts. He probably got some law enforcement ideas, or he probably is. He's right. Moba, when you get to the airport, when you come, even though they took your data when you first became citizen or were in America, your immigration process, Mickey said it cannot be used for your criminal national database. The terrorists that were taken to Guantanamo, you needed subpoena to get their prints. Even those people were matched on different things. You couldn't just go take their prints and say we're arresting you. They have what you call emergency laws that were passed that they waive it. But when the legal process started kicking in, Mickey can attest to this. When they started charging those guys at Guantanamo, they had to go through the whole legal process by obtaining. That's how come some of those guys were released, because their rights were breached. You can't just do that fingerprint thing. I was looking for the word. I had it in my slip. I will find it later on and I'll bring it back.
Find that word.
So let me just chip in my 2 cents, right? I don't have a criminal background or investigative background, but there's 1 or 2 cents that I have. That information is considered your personal information, because those with the criminal minds could even print your fingerprint and use it as evidence against you and indict you in other instances. So those information are highly protected, and one cannot swap to another, because the criminals could also steal that information and have you in trouble. So
thank you.
That much I know.
Thanks a lot, Raymond. And with that, we'd like to transition to our next talking point, and then we'll take calls. Well, the other day we posted this photo, this post. The other day we put this post up from Senator Prince Johnson when he said, "I feel like cooking sanctioned dry rice with audit meat and asset declaration oil." Well, the senator who himself is sanctioned has come back. Just before we close the last show, the senator reacted to his own sanction situation. You know, since the thing about sanction came up, everyone has been reacting. There's been mixed reactions on all those issues. But one key thing the senator said is that people lied on him. His own sanction that was brought on him, that pay to play or pay for play or whatever you call it, it is as a result of lies. And then he said the person who masterminded that pay for play on him is Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings of the ANC. He said Mr. Cummings had earlier given him some amount, how much thousand for his school? 50,000 USD for his school in his university he's building in Nimba. As a humanitarian, Mr. Cummings gave him the money. But then when the political heat came on, Mr. Cummings went back to him so that he could support him. And when Senator Prince Johnson said no, Mr. Cummings started to lobby for sanction. It was how the sanction came on him. So he said it is lie. That's the first thing. And then he went on to defend why the sanction is a lie and why he thinks that he couldn't have been involved with anything that has to do with pay for play. He said he couldn't do pay for play when he's been broke. He has been struggling. Even on his birthday, President George Weah gave him money to do other stuff, and President George Weah called him broke. Now, I want us to go back to this thing because it's like Senator Prince Johnson, like what we had with Minister Twe, what we saw with Senate Pro Tempore Albert Cheer, what we saw with some of the people who have been sanctioned. This is the same thing that's now coming into play with Senator Johnson. Does Mr. Cummings have what it takes to call for a sanction on Senator Prince Johnson? Are the comments made by Senator Prince Johnson the comments he's directing now towards Mr. Cummings? Does Mr. Cummings have what it takes to bring this sanction? The pay for play that he was being sanctioned for. Are there reason for anyone to believe that Senator Prince Johnson was involved in pay for play for which he's being sanctioned? Let's start with you, Raymond.
I believe Prince Johnson should cook his sanction dry rice using his audit meat and all the other ingredients that he said and enjoy it. We in the Liberian community have heard a lot of things, and we know many times the stories we hear because we're in a slow, small community. Most times are true. Prince Johnson supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf election bid twice, and we heard there was exchange of money. Even the brown envelope things that has become so prevalent in the House of Legislature, both Senate and Representative. We know how it started, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So all these things today are here. Yes, Prince Johnson, you supported the rescue mission, and for that we are grateful. But that doesn't change the fight that you've been supporting political leaders for what you could get. That has been known in our Liberian community for a long time. You're guilty as excuse. And we even know that you supported George Weah again. George Weah has some money. We heard how he was in bed with the Russians. He received money. Barker never had those monies. You never supported Barker because he never had the money. 2017. Where we are. Now, it's this election that we can tell you that you didn't support Barker because he never had money. But again, there was some bargaining. Who is the vice standard bearer? Someone in your political party, because there was no money exchange. So you had a political bargaining. Yeah, Prince Johnson, like everybody else, go enjoy your sanction drivers and enjoy it.
So where do you stand on this? Are you on the side of the lawmaker, the honorable mayor, Senator Prince Johnson, or what?
No, truth have to be told, right? Prince Johnson is guilty as accused.
You think he deserved this sanction for the pay?
He deserved it. I mean, we can't have a culture of impunity. You know, Prince Johnson and the likes fought the Civil War. They committed heinous crimes. And today they want to be exonerated by just coming up and just making mere comments. But that's not true. The crimes you committed, well, you should owe it. If you come up and apologize, just being a pastor or a preacher man doesn't erase all your wrongdoings. Come to the people, admit to them. Jesus said, in order to be saved, we should confess our sins. You got to say, yes, I committed this sin and I'm sorry for it. Even if they stone you to death, the Father will forgive you in the heavens. You can't come out and lie and say you're preaching the word of God. Senator Prince Johnson.
No. But Raymond, you go in different place now. You go in different place. You living the honorable man political life and go into his spiritual life. I mean,
no, I'm speaking to the whole person, right? It's not a face that you wear, but the person that behind the face. That's the person I'm speaking to. I'm not looking at those faces because those faces are just mere artificial faces. I'm looking at the face of the individual who wearing the mask.
Okay.
And I know Prince Johnson and the likes have been wearing several masks. Look, we appreciate you for supporting the Liberian people aspiration, rescuing our country from the hands of the criminal that you put there, Mr. Prince Johnson. But that doesn't erase your dealings in the darkness. And we are aware, yes, eat your sanction dry rice because you deserve it. You work for it, you earn it, you will eat it and enjoy it. Let it for your belly.
Thank you, Raymond. Jerry, I know you want to go, but we'll take Officer Hans Johnson. You are muted.
I was saying, can Jerry go before me? I'm still processing this thing.
Okay.
Please.
Keep processing it. Jerry, you can go. Jerry, this time around, Jerry, that your papi, that your own ome, Senator Prince Johnson. You know? The old man say the whole thing that happened to him and Mr. Cummings responsible. That 50,000 Cummings gave him when he disagree with him in terms of supporting him, I had a man lobby for sanction on him. He didn't do pay for play. In fact, he didn't get money. How would he even do pay for play? If he did it, then where is the money? How come he's broke? And he said it's misleading. Where do you stand on this, Jerry?
Yeah, let me put it this way. Yeah, several comments been made by individuals. And, some people even say, oh, if come in and win, I will resign when I get elected. All the one, some of these things, sometimes they consider them political talks and stuff. But the latter, I want to emphasize here that Senator Prince Johnson have always said repeatedly that he welcomed the issue of war and economic crimes.
You sure? Jerry, you sure?
Yeah.
You sure of that?
Yeah, he has said it repeatedly.
Wasn't Senator Prince Johnson the one who went head on with Senator Dillon when Senator Dillon kept talking about this whole thing about war and economic crimes?
At the time, he also said during that interview, there was.
Say you're gonna flip his table.
Yeah, he said you were saying Senator Dillon's table. What wasn't Senator Prince Johnson?
But Senator Johnson always he said, look, this sanction thing, if you follow that interview, this sanction thing you're bringing. People are not kind of sanction whole day, sanction. So that had the altercation went. But during the campaign, he did tell the Liberian people, because our agenda is to bring the war. He said, let's go there. We all want to go there. You can't call it back calling for it. So our concern should be that they have accepted their wrongdoing and want to go through whatever the due process could be. We should not drag this thing back. We're on a moving train. We can't be going back. So while Senator Johnson said he wants to eat sanction drivers and all of that, I mean, he also telling you that what are the issue of war and economic crimes go and can't we yet? So he has not been in denial. But there are other people who people celebrate in the MPP and all those kind of places, Vice Brand, they're not talking that one there. So PYJ is saying we welcome the thing here. So those that have been sanctioned and told them they are justifying different things.
But PYJ is saying that it's unjust. No, Jerry, maybe you're not getting the thing here. Senator Johnson said it's unjust. It's unfair. In fact, this thing was brought upon him because he didn't agree to support Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings reminded him, but I gave you my 50,000. He said, you gave me the money because you're humanitarian, not for me to support you. And based on that, Mr. Cummings then started to lobby for sanction. Gradually, he was being sanctioned. He said he didn't get involved with pay for play. If he did that, how come he's broke?
Yeah, the issue is, my brother, that's why he has already opened his heart since the U.S. government through its embassy said you should investigate all sanctioned officials. He has now opposed to that. He interposed no objection. So he welcomed it. That's why he said he want to eat a sanction driver, because he knows the Joseph Boakai we all supported will have to go to the bottom of this. So unlike the other people who are shifting brains because they didn't sign contract with American, and and they don't worry about their children. But people are just say, let it think. Me and driver say eating with it because I will declare my asset too. We challenge the people from the other side. Like they built with them, like the other people then. Let them stop scapegoating here. So
okay, now listen, Jerry, from your own analysis of things, does Senator Prince Johnson deserve? Does he deserve to be designated? For that whole pay for play sanction on that note. Does he deserve
for me,
giving his political history, the way he has played the card in our body politics.
Yeah, it will be actually intellectual, tsunami I will be committing if I were to speak to the investigation that have no issue
intellectual
about. Yeah, I will have no committing suicide because I mean that saying things that you have no idea about is dangerous. It ain't good that people listening to us here. I cannot. Why is true? I don't have facts, but to challenge.
Look, Jerry, I can understand you support. I can understand you support the Unity Party. You are a staunch Unity Party supporter. You want to be careful here because anything you say on this platform as a member of the Unity Party campaign team, it could be used against you in the court, in the Unity Party court of competent. No, I can understand. Don't try to play around with us, Jerry. You know the truth about this whole thing. Okay, but then if you are being real, I want you to answer the question, Jerry. Jerry, again, answer this question. Given the political history of Senator Prince Johnson, from one party to another party, and here we are. Does he deserve the pay for play that he's being sanctioned for? Jerry, taking too long to answer this question. Am I muted or what?
No. Yeah, you are muted.
Are you processing the question?
No, you were delaying. Coming in delay. But there is an issue. I said all of the sanctions and the documents.
No, forget the other sanctions. Forget the other sanctions. We're talking about the Johnson
sanction. They are saying they'll bring the pieces of evidence, let them face due process. But until Prince Johnson and convinced that American law have no reason to challenge American data and their information. That would be a very dishonest thing.
Okay, you have no reason to challenge their data. Okay, let me come back with this. Given
go answer.
No. The answer hasn't been addressed yet. We're about to move to the next question. Given the history of Senator Prince Johnson, Jerry, I know you to be a Jerry who doesn't hold back. You say it as it is, especially when you do your fingers like this. Then you're about to say it. Jerry, given the political history of Senator Prince Johnson, does he deserve to be sanctioned for pay for play?
You came back again, you tried to do the question like this. I said to you,
No, maybe I need to call Josh. I need to call Josh to answer this question.
The U.S. government is a credible government. It runs serious things. I want to listen to.
Somebody call Josh.
Yesterday, he said, Americans don't joke when they indict you. Even jokingly, they send out Magibi County. He said, if America condemn you, they will condemn you. So I mean, I see what country there. Let them bring that information and we can process it. Then we'll know that they lie on people. But until then, my dear brother, don't disrespect that data.
You know, you are in Korea and you find it difficult to disagree with America. But you know, the way Jerry played around this entire question, this is exactly what Jerry did with this question. We're about to move to the next person. Mobile, there seems to be an issue with your mic. I think you have to check it out.
So Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Nelson,
you can't remember, but this is how Jerry played with this question.
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Because me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in simplicity and in precision and explicit that the electoral process We have really seen the terminus of it. But the Wanachis and the Holopoloyes of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man.
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinativeness and of intellectual juggernaut.
Oh my God.
An aficionado.
Keep quiet.
That the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to the malformation cacophony of the citizen.
Hey!
Then the court will be able to unravel who actually win. I think the Brodignajan Bugaboo of the Brodignajan Bugaboo of exasperation, emotional laceration by the citizen.
No, my man,
should really be pacified and look forward to the intellectual.
So, bro, this is my input, right? And that's why I
I
want to urge.
can't, you see?
No, Jerry, let me make my point. Let me make my point.
If you don't play on the basis of me, I just wanted to, like in 30 seconds.
Man, Jerry,
ask Jerry simple question about PYJ, Unity Party, how you will be going around to answer the question. When he asking about Samuel 12, even while he's asleep, Jerry will lament and you will not have time. Jerry, you got to do justice to Liberia.
So, guys, right? This is my point, and this is why we should hold the Unity Party feet to the fire. Because honestly, they give me a bad taste for politicians, including our dear brother Jerry. When it suits their narrative, they allow off. When it doesn't, they find a corny way about it. Earnest state doesn't really come from the lips of politicians. And that's why we need to be the critical voice, even though we supported the Unity Party, but we should observe them with a microscopic eye. Thank you.
Jerry,
I need
the intellectual boogaboo.
Oh man, I will
what I want to say.
Simple question.
No, what? No.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Wait, listen.
Jerry,
we have to move on, Jerry. No, Jerry, no justification.
30 seconds, please.
The audience, the audience will be the judge.
I'm about to interrupt Jerry.
No, just 30 seconds.
No. Not even 2 seconds.
We gave you
1
1
minute.
minute.
2 seconds.
We gave you 1 minute. We gave you 1 minute. You couldn't explain anything to us.
Intellectual
Man, just 30 seconds, please. Let me tell you
what the heck is an intellectual
you take 30 seconds, my man. People can be saying
Let's hear from Princess, go ahead.
I let you talk.
Let's go to the Johnson thing. Jerry, if you like, you can go in the back.
Intellectual juggernaut.
It's unconventional here. It's not practical. Somebody involved. They can call them to at least clarify, but since
I can't help it. 20 seconds about force.
We're going to clarify, Jerry.
Thinking about force.
Jerry is our intellectual juggernaut.
Don't worry, Jerry. I'll give you some of my time. You'll take that rubber from around your neck.
Well, people.
But, Francis, do you really think that Senator Johnson deserves this pay for play? Does Mr. Cummings have what it takes to bring upon him this sanction that he's undergoing now?
I mean, I don't know the history of Cummings and Johnson, whatever the case may be, but I heard him on Spoon Talk this evening on our side here talking about the 50,000 and Cummings, and I think I think it's a lawyer. You should come on Spoon Talk. He mentioned that guy name, Verdi or whatever, Verdia, whatever, that possibly put out and caused him to be put on sanction. But you can just look. I mean, I'm just assuming or maybe alleging that if you look at how he flip-flopped from one ruling party to the next, Everybody that won election since any time, he been supporting them. So what happened to leave Eddie and support we are against Barker? Then now Barker against we are, so who knows? I mean, I don't know the backstory of it, but the American government, I hope they have their evidence because, like I always said, all of these guys are sanctioned. They deserve to be, they deserve that they in court to clear their name so that this cloud cannot be hanging over their head. If it is true, they should be prosecuted. If it's not true, they should be exonerated. But that's why Barker is coming to office, and he should take this very seriously because when I sit around and people just be running around on sanctions, or we just talk about sanctions but no investigation. So, I mean, whether it's true or not, we hope there will be investigation to clear all these guys' names if they are not guilty, but also prosecute them and charge them if they are found guilty. That's all I have to say.
Now, Francis, given the political history of Mr. Senator Johnson, he supported, like you said, the CDC. He went on to support, at some point, he supported President Sirleaf.
Yeah.
And then he went on to support President Weah. Now he's in a camp of Ambassador Barker. Does he deserve a pay for play?
That's why I said that you can insinuate that there's something there. There's no way that smoke, that fire. Because you go on this side, then you come to this side. Then you come to this side. Like, you support the same party that you oppose in other elections and things like that, back and forth, back and forth. So it's like you out for the highest bidder, pretty much. That's what it looks like, right? So hopefully there's evidence. If not, let him be exonerated. But it just doesn't look good.
But does Mr. Cummings have what it takes, man, to bring a sanction on Senator Johnson, even after giving him 50,000 USD?
I mean, if even me sitting here, if I have evidence that somebody committed a crime in Liberia and I take to the U.S. embassy and that is concrete evidence, yeah. So if Mr. Cummings has evidence, since Prince Johnson accused him of being part one of the mastermind behind it, if he has evidence that he took the U.S. government and they were able to verify it, then it's possible. Anybody can bring that up against somebody if you have concrete evidence and can be verified.
Thank you.
So that's the key thing here, if I may get a second, is Mr. Cummings a credible witness? If he has that credibility to present facts that are credible, yes, he can raise an indictment, but it's not going to stay as such. It's going to, those information or data are going to be investigated. Proving and having a gravity, yes.
Okay. So let's hear from you, Officer Johnson.
Well, I would say that Senator Johnson played a very important part in the revolution in Liberia. Let's backdate and up to way of impunity he found himself by becoming senator, what have you. So he's part of the situation, regardless of him playing roles. Like Francis said something, Ellen Johnson, George Weah, now Joseph Boycott, it's a pattern. You don't need rocket science to see that the senator will find some path and some avenue to be able to find his way to sit perfectly. But does Mr. Cummings has the will, or whatever you say, however way you said it, to state that it's pay for play? He paid out 50,000 because he wanted favor as well from Senator Johnson, and Senator Johnson, you played the other way around, made it seem that you didn't give me money because you wanted to do you gave the what's his name? Cummings said he gave the money for school.
Yeah, but again, could that be one of the reasons why this whole pay for play came up on him? Because the man is a politician, despite being a humanitarian. You know that the man is a politician, right?
Okay.
This man comes, he and maybe gives you 50,000. He goes ahead and gives you 50,000.
But
you are around the political season. You know that this man is a politician. He didn't say exactly why he's giving you the money, but there are certain things that implies. It doesn't
Fair
have to
enough.
be said in black and white, but from
Mhm.
the way it's presented, you know obviously what the motives are. All right.
So
He gives you 50,000,
okay.
and then it gets to a point where this man who is a politician, and you know the man needs your support now. You say, you play the smart game, my man. That money you gave me, and I gave me the money to support you. You're humanitarian. You gave me the so the man. Could that be one of the reasons why this whole thing was brought upon him?
Again, Mr. Cummings too was not smart. So they both play each other. That's how I would say, right? Mr. Cummings was not smart. You know, it's election season. You give the man 50,000, say for play for play, and the man said, "Well, you gave it to me for my school." So Prince have a valid point. Cummings have a valid point, but that still does not. Again, that still does not validate Prince Johnson in this whole sanction we're talking about. He should face the consequences as every one of these guys. I think the reason he's laughing now is because he's not the only one sitting on the U.S. sanction list. That's why he's making fun of these guys and making it saying that we all are in it together now. And for him, he had openly stated that he's willing to accept this quote to come to Liberia, but unless these guys now starting to cry because Prince ain't got nowhere to go. Prince ain't got no international building in South Africa, in Ghana, in Ivory Coast, or elsewhere. You got it right in Nima County or in Monrovia or Congo Town, wherever. Unlike these guys, that's why he's making that mad fun. So
Okay.
Cummings and Prince play each other. That's how I say. They both play each other.
Thank you. Jerry, I see your hand up again. Okay,
Go
take
to
the
the
120
line.
second you've been asking for,
Leave
Jerry.
him
No,
there.
let Jerry take the 20 seconds. Jerry, go
River
ahead,
G,
take the
man.
20 seconds. River G.
So he can see Tamil 12 face in his dream tonight.
No, I can't see
No,
that
but
man.
Mickey is here to speak on this, right? Mickey, you haven't spoken. So right
No.
after Jerry,
Yeah.
20 seconds, then
You
we
see,
take
the
Mickey.
point I was like making, a similar point almost of Francis made. Because you see, my brother, the people bring that investigation, all of myself, I call for one credit card, I say sanctioner, I condemn all sanctioned people. Everybody want to election, it was not fair, we said it.
You condemn Senator Johnson too?
All the people, including Senator Johnson, that are sanctioned for whatever reason, the U.S. government says
Look,
they believe
listen.
in due process.
You know what I mean?
They
The
believe
day
in
Jerry
due process.
the day Jerry gets no, Jerry, I'm coming. You get your 20 seconds back. The day Jerry gets appointed into government, it will be hard for Jerry to count this show. I tell you, when they made a man, some assistant minister
Nelson,
or something
I
in this
beg you
government,
before the thing slip my
you
mind.
will find it difficult on this show.
Nelson, I beg you, before it slip my mind, please, even 10 seconds. Let us all remember that sanction is based on your report card. So something came to my mind. I don't care how these people can go to court. I heard Francis talking, people can exonerate themselves under the Liberian law, but under the United States Treasury, under the United States Department, that sanction still cannot be lifted when you based on how they feel you are.
Yeah, I know that, but it would just not look good on the U.S. government bringing up sanction on somebody for something you accuse them of. But then when they are investigated and they are found not guilty in open court, and you still keep them on sanction because you can, it doesn't look good for you. But yes, they can do it. Any country can sanction somebody for coming to that country. You're not supposed to be
You
there.
are right. You are right, Francis, because the issue is they respect the due process. That's why they themselves asked the government that they should carry on prosecution of all sanctioned officials. So we cannot validate or invalidate the indictment through sanction right now. Then you say I'm trying to swangolo around the question.
So guys, if I could grab,
there you go. There you
2
go.
seconds,
How
I could
is it
grab
different from that professor that came on the street? You know, Jerry, you gotta be. But listen, Isa, you. I mean, he said I had to state the case properly. The 50,000 was given to the college. Who owns the college?
It was through Cummins Foundation. Cummins Foundation is a
Who
political
owns the
building.
college?
No, it's PYJ.
That's pepper and
But
salt,
even
right?
the
But go
Kumi
ahead,
man that
Mickey.
get the money too should be stationed. Why you get a man 50,000 if you want to take it to station Iran? Yeah, I pay to play. Why you get a man the money?
Go ahead, Mickey. Let's hear you.
You know, I'm not one of those people who will close a blind eye just because somebody is in my corner or support me or whatsoever. Listen, man. Senator Johnson, first of all, we have to be sure that the page for which you brought up the post is authentic, that is actually Senator Johnson's. And if it is, then I wonder why Senator Johnson will want to draw himself into the line of fire, considering the fact that you are involved in the same process. It doesn't make any sense to me. But again, that's Liberia for you. Now, this is very same Senator Johnson who said he had a mantra: the gun that liberate should not rule. He said that, and he paraded that mantra during the 2005 election, specifically intended against Madam Sirleaf in the first round. And we saw the second round, Senator Johnson turned change. He supported Madam Sirleaf. Now, we leave that part of it. Jerry, you can shake your ear with your foot off on your shoulder. It can't help you. The man came and told us if George Weah become president, war will come into the country. Now, any logical person sitting down will just suppose, right, and ask this question like, why will a man who has predicted war, if George Weah become president, will turn around and support the same George Weah to become president for war to come? Just out of the clear blue. You understand? He just supported this particular man you say will bring war without anything exchanging hands. Look, man, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. But you cannot fool some of the people all of the time. I don't know how it goes, right? You should understand, Jerry, you and your kinsman, politically, we're not stupid. My only thing here is Senator Johnson should respect the altar for which he stands behind the pulpit every day. He should respect the name of God. To stop lying. We all know Senator Johnson collected money to support either of those people, Madam Sirleaf or George Weah. It's not free. We know that. So that thing about it has not been proven. Now I'm giving you nothing. So put out you're not in primary school to keep putting your finger on. Nobody giving you anything. I'm not referring to you. Alright, I take it back. I'm not referring to you. You're not talking nothing here. I take it back. So going to the issue of whether or not the allegation against him is founded or unfounded due to the fact that Mr. Cummings was the one that lobbied for this. Listen, man, just stop giving Cummings too much credit that he doesn't have. That joker have with 50,000 and 70,000
police. Let me help you, my brother. Why?
No, Jerry.
50,000 and 70,000.
Yeah,
that joker sat on there 70,000. He gave 70,000 for retire sovereign rally. It disappeared in the team air. He provide evidence for them to go prosecute the person who stole his 70,000. That 50,000, he say you go lobby. Look, Senator Johnson, you're not going to put that joker in front of you. We know Cummings is a joker. He never lobbied for you to get on sanction. The U.S. government sanctioned you based on the prima facie that they received. So nobody is stupid yet. Jerry, as that guy said, the political boogaboo, you can be jumping around, ping pong, peekaboo. I see you, all the other things there. You're wasting your time. We are not going to be the same people to want change. We will buy more other people when they're in that same category. And just because somebody else support us or they are within our cause at a particular given time, and we try to dilly-dally and beat around the bush or whatsoever. Senator Johnson is guilty as charged. As far as you, Jerry, you pass it right saying that Samuel Tweed and other than they are guilty as charged, Senator Johnson is guilty as charged. There are two kinds of systems in the legal field. They got the inquisitorial system and they got the adversarial system. The adversarial system is what we practice in Liberia. But for the purpose of this show and the purpose of those sanctions, the adversarial system says you are innocent until proven guilty in the court of competent jurisdiction. The inquisitorial system says you are guilty until proven innocent. the burden of proof is rested on the shoulder of the accused instead of the accuser. So in this case, I will go with the inquisitorial system. The burden of proof is rested on the shoulder of the accused, which is Senator Johnson. He guilty. He got to go now and tell her that he's not guilty.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
And Nelson, if I may chip in a little bit, right?
Nelson, I heard some of that I provide clarity to Mickey.
Okay, I take it back. I'm not talking about you.
Guys, we have to.
Yeah, man, coming through. So I'm let's make the picture out there.
Nelson,
let's give Raymond his time. Raymond, please go ahead. Take your 20 seconds, Raymond.
I heard a few of our colleagues here talk about the court can exonerate Prince Johnson from the indictment or the sanction of the Americans. And let's be honest here, guys. We know our justice system. Our justice system isn't up to that. There are a lot of things that influence judicial system in our country. I can't rely on the justice system to exonerate any of these individuals. Because Prince Johnson is a politician. He wields the power. He supported his government, and this government is in charge. And most time, the government that's in charge controls the judicial system. Evidence by Cabinet Janet, impeachment, yet the ECOWAS found the process to be illegal. So Prince Johnson cannot even be exonerated by our courts. Thank you.
Thank you. So we'll take Amy. Okay, Jerry, take your 20 seconds quickly.
No, I disagree. No, I will not mention it. I made a mistake. I did not mention it.
No, guys. This
man. 20 seconds.
Nelson.
Guys, just stop this, man. Let's give our brother 20 seconds. I mean, as we go on, if you have
I will ask you a question, Nelson.
Anyone can have an injection and they will have the time to make their point.
I got a question to ask you. Why are you giving Jerry 20 seconds? Nobody mentioned Jerry yet.
Jerry has an information.
I made a mistake and called Jerry name. It was not intended.
Just because you made a mistake. Jerry,
you mentioned me. He talk.
Jerry, what's the issue?
No, you listen to Mickey. You know, they are presenting a picture as if I'm not supporting the issue of war and economic crime code, or we're trying to shield certain people. Let me say this. When Senator Johnson said at the time that the gun that liberation should not rule, all of us were here after 1990. He went to article or Nigeria. He was there. I'm not defending him. I'm not a spokesman. He was not here.
So what's the point? What's the point,
Jerry? My point is everything that Senator PYJ did that's wrong, I condemn it in his strongest term. And they should not make it appear like I said on this platform that everything that they say American about the sanction, they say Poma go to court. So if they think that everything was in cast and stone, you think they'll be calling for court? So we are not shielding anybody here. All those are sanctions that committed crime economically.
No, but Jerry, the points the guys have been making is that the energy you exert when you're talking about Samuel Twe, Sanction, Jefferson Koji, you lack that energy when it comes to the Prince Johnson discussion. And that's the point a lot of people are making.
Same way. You know, I mean, we got to move on by speaking the same way. I said,
did Jerry just say Prince Johnson made that statement, the guns that Liberia cannot rule after 1990 war, and he left, he went to Nigeria, he was not here, like Chancellor then brought the guns? Did you just say that?
But from 1990 up to 2003, Prince Johnson was in Liberia. He was not here.
Oh, Prince Johnson never brought it on control. Like, we're not talking about the period.
Jared, what the relevance of that? What relevance?
I was just saying because he mentioned.
Let's move ahead. Jerry, 20 seconds exhausted. Let's move to our sister.
Wow. But Jared, what the relevance of that question in line with the statement? It makes no point because he was in Nigeria.
No, it means he never ruled after he liberated.
You see. I'll have
who did he liberate?
Amy, can you go ahead? Just close up, Amy, so we'll go to the lines quickly, please.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So that thing talking.
Mama, how come you've been
I thought
making?
it. Ask everybody.
Yeah, you're taking all the people time giving it to Jerry.
Okay, Mama, go ahead and talk.
Oh, you want me to talk first?
I'll pass on this one. Prince Johnson is guilty as charged as well.
I mean, you see, this is the issue. I mean, you are one of those individuals who have been very energetic when it comes to discussing these sanctions issue. And you see, the audience will be the judge. Francis tried his best. Mickey tried. Officer Haynes tried. Yeah, but when it comes
Because
to
they already
when it
said
comes to
everything I wanted
Emmy,
to say. What's the point of being
no, when
repetitive?
it comes to Emmy and Jerry, y'all gotta keep your eyes on them with it. You need to
Okay,
follow
let me
through.
take my time then.
No,
I'll take
you're
my
not
time
taking your
back.
time making it. We'll go to Mama.
Because I'm trying
Mama,
to
go ahead.
because
Mama, go
Mickey
ahead.
already said what I wanted to say. What's the name said what I wanted. So I felt like it's no point to
Well,
go over the same thing. But if you want me
Okay,
to,
thank you.
I
Thank you,
will.
Emmy. Well
I just
understood.
say the
Thank you,
man is
Emmy.
guilty. There's no way he
Okay.
can be
I
jumping,
think
flex, flapping, all this thing, and it be for
we
free.
will not sugarcoat anything. Look, we
Yeah.
still
Go
for
ahead.
we still
Let's
for
hear
the
you,
labyrinth. We for the labyrinth people, right?
Mama.
Despite whosoever. For me, I thank God, say, I ain't got no political party. I only here supporting the best that any party can offer the labyrinth people. That's it. So for me, right, Senator Johnson, right, he wrong and he now until he can be investigated, he's not guilty yet. But as my brother Hill said, until the people can open an investigation in Liberia, more especially the incoming government, and they go for investigation. If he found guilty, oh yes, he will be penalized. The same way Samuel Toy and other people on sanction, that's the same way so that he can look. It is glaring. I mean, some Prince Johnson did pay for play. Prince Johnson not support you. Are you giving him money? Prince Johnson supported. You remember the election that he came there? I think during the first when 2005, right? 2005 when he came, or 2011 when he came there.
2011, yeah.
Yeah, when he came there in Liberia, right after when they were going for second round, you know, my editor said he get out, man, huge amount of money for his support for Nima because he came there. He did pay and play, and when George we are doing it recent election, 2017 election, he did the same pay and play, but because the contract the CDC went to. Yeah, when they finished doing that pay to play, they gave him the money. When they went after Josh Weah won the election, there was a contract. They signed that when you when you win the election, any way we do it, I'll be getting small thing. And when I tell George Weah not giving money again, that's where this play came from. So that thing talking about look, we will come here, we say the truth. We're not here to sugarcoat nothing. As much we supported the rescue team. If they go wrong, we say it. So
thank you.
For my understanding, Prince Johnson need to be investigated. And when he found guilty, and which of course we know, the single know somewhere 12, he stole all the money, all the things that he did it. That single we know that no matter what you do, look, Prince Johnson they pay for play. I can say it for real. They put get document. And let me conclude by saying that today I get information or reliable information that the Americans send some individual to Summit 12, right? That's why he say when they send people to go something that company they got to part through the America playing somebody on Summit 12 to get information on an identical matter and they get document to it. So
My man, don't say something you know.
Thank
what?
you.
Don't say
Thank you,
something you
Mama.
know. You got
Let's hold you
evidence.
there. Let's hold you there.
My man, I give you my
go to the lines. Let's go to the lines. Folks, you can call in now and weigh in your thoughts on our talking points. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Call in on 0555 101075, 0555 101075, or better still, you can join us by calling the WhatsApp number on the stream, and you'll be live on the show. So let's go ahead now and take your calls. Let's start with this person here on the line. Let me see if I can bring this person through. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
I'm calling from the community.
What's your name?
My name is Musa Fofi.
Musa, go ahead. Let's hear you. What's your take on the Talking points.
I want to know about it.
You want to know about what? Hello? Okay, let's take this person.
I'm calling for the rest.
We're not taking call for rest again. You. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you call from?
Yeah, it's Imam Mohammed Kuma.
Okay, Mohammed, let's hear you.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy fighting. I tell people stay many times to your this tune radio. I'm sorry for my English. Whatsoever you're doing, I'm very, very happy to some of us from the starting from this program up from to today.
Thank you.
Time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because actually.
Hello.
Hello, next caller.
Yeah, hello. You're live. Let's hear you, sir.
This is Alfonso B. Vaca, aka Red Power International.
Vaca, go ahead.
Yeah, the topic on the discussion is very important, and we all know in Liberia here, nobody will support you without Guinea. So the pay-for-play for Senator Prince Johnson is clear, and we are waiting for Vaca to establish our code for the pro in their part. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Miss Carla Freeman.
Carla Freeman, go ahead.
From Duboro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I have something in mind to just put effort. And I'm happy of the session, the people session, Jefferson Koji. There's a guy that took my bag from me. And then I took him to the town hall. Yeah, I went through the case.
No, but we're not talking about
But
Jefferson
let
Koji.
me get that information about pick you back. We don't know about it. So the information we won't know about.
The guy left the line.
Now let's see. Tell you say talk.
So let's hear this person here on this line. Hello.
Hello. What's your name again, Mr.
This is Nelson.
What's your name, Mr. Coles? Nelson, how you doing?
Yeah, you're live on the show.
Yes, my name is Teresa. I'm calling from Ohio.
Okay.
Yes. So, as what's the lady on the panel said? What his name? Prince Johnson is as guilty as hell. Okay. That's no ifs and about it. He did play for play. Pay for play. That's what he did. So we all say it was glaring. America don't have evidence. They will not put you on sanction, and they will not tell you say they have evidence. So now we will be advocating for economic and crime court. All the thing will happen. All those on sanction will be brought to they will have their day in court. So that's what I get to say. And then one thing, Liberian people don't know, especially the Senate are going in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just let people know. What his name? I will say it. What his name? For Nati Kofa, 1-4 in and 1-4 out for the session. So let me just let you know. 1-4 in and 1-4 out because the next person that will become a buffer chima. If buffer chima is sanctioned, for Nati Kofa will be sanctioned too.
Okay. Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Let's take another person here. Hello. 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 Are you here? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Go ahead. You're live, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm calling from Minnesota. My name is Jerry.
Go ahead.
I'm just calling to let you guys know I hope the Joseph Walker administration will focus on the development of Liberia and forget about the war crime court thing. Because whenever they talk about war crime court,
what?
Your main focus is Senator Prince Johnson. Oh, you're forgetting to know that we elected Charles Sino as president when he needed to be at the war crime court. We elected Ellen Johnson Seti as president when she needed to be at the war crime court. We elected other senators who took part in the war. Prince Johnson, we got George Bode, we got the Anderson Yanapo, who were all supporters of the war. We still bringing the people there around. That's what we're talking about. War crime court. That's what we're talking about the development of Liberia.
Thank you.
The development of Liberia. We need to talk about that. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
And I'm so happy I don't have Johnson on the show today too. Thank you.
Nobody stop George from coming. George is taking a break. No, George needs to be here. George, I mean, this platform should be open. It should be balanced.
George should be there, but then he be respectful.
Yeah,
you're right. When George is not respectful, people will have problem with him.
You're right.
You see that?
Thank you.
People disrespect other people.
When
people come to disrespect you, then you stop them, and that's not right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let's hear you from this line. Hello. Hello. From this other line. Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, hello?
You are live, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. I'm calling from North Carolina. The issues on the discussions, the problem with many of the Liberian people, they tend to focus the war crime court on Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is not the only war criminal in Liberia. And the third.
Oh, too bad we lost him. Let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, good morning. I'm calling from Harris.
Okay, Mr. Harris.
My brother, let me tell you about war crime. The war crime is a process. And you are new today on that studio, my brother. All you got and what action over there. The thing the people did to people for Nima 1985. You said people they laid poor people then. Poor people online. The coup happened right in the city here. 1985 coup here. You go poor people, country people online, you kill them, and you tell them you put the people, children there in the way you bury them. My brother, you and a preacher is true for people to defend people. And they walk and not just walk around. It's a process for walk around. They walk around, not just bribing business, you talk about saying the proposed sanction. Bring Johnson for Brian, do something, he's support for nothing. Let me tell you, the support he gave. You have evidence they were getting that man money, the document is there.
Thank you.
You can get police officer money. You say go put the money under the tree to the place water. I go take it. So my brother, evidence on that bribe business.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Sanction. Putting sanction on somebody, that's nothing. But to somebody to be greater, that's nothing. Thank you.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you. Yeah. Maba, you need to bring out evidence. The caller is asking for it. The evidence that Senator Prince Johnson took money to support the people he supported. Hello, we take the last two calls and then we wrap up.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Justin Tickletter calling from Akapi Motoncon.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm the money. They made what they call ability. I didn't want the call for the CPP to break down to the account. They say they were taking for him to be one of the
Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker.
I don't even need it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Inquisitorial calling from PCA Moravia.
Okay.
Yeah, the issue, we believe in our women and we know our women will work. Yeah, Laban people relax. The job session and the part and the women is on there who believe in principle. So people shouldn't be punished. The issue with Prince Johnson know he's problem and Prince Johnson know that he can't escape it. And most of the guys who came to the Unity Party, if he gets back by then he is waiting for work and court. So now something for people to be punished. The only thing we don't want to allow people to go free. People who paid Latin poor money.
Thank you.
We should allow them to go free. Look at my country with Virginia. You can't go there, brother. Even the road locks.
Thank you.
So we need to deal with the people. If we just let the people go scot-free and none of them will come to eat money, even those who work with the women. But if the women start persecuting those people, those who work with the women, they will fasten their belt, they'll know
So you think if the Unity Party government were to is to prosecute people or start investigation, you think they should start with Prince Johnson? There you go. No, you not laughing about this thing. There's a serious question I ask you.
Nothing. How you hold me with you? Nothing I'm saying. Even if they won't start, let us start with Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson is willing. Prince Johnson is willing.
But why you delay to answer the question? Anyway, thank you.
No.
Thank you. The United Party people, you know. Let's take this person. Hello. Hello.
Hey, that's it. What's up?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
All right. So my name is Thomas Kumar. I call from Upper Kawa.
Okay, let's hear you, Thomas.
From the talking points.
Mm-hmm.
From the talking points, you talk about the sanction, and I just want people to understand. For some of us, we feel that the other guys are not doing well in justice to the discussion.
Okay.
There's somebody are blaming Unity Party, like in the corridor I've been hearing, they say, oh, I can't go on America to ask for sanction on some of the officials. Let it be on the record. I didn't know that Costa started the whole campaign ever since. Videos all around that Costa was telling them that sanction is coming or sanctions are coming for the officials, and they didn't listen to that. So they might understand the Costa they hearing today. He was one of the first person who broke the record, the news about that.
Thank you.
Now the second, just before the second issue about the Jeffrey Koji case you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We already the subpoena that Jeffrey Koji should appear in a court with Valitele. So my question was, Valitele ever in a court, or was he rescheduled for another day?
Okay,
or what does it mean when the court gives subpoena?
Thank you.
Are they saying that the subpoena is not necessary at a certain point of time? Because the subpoena said Valitele should appear in court. Now we hold a waiver in court.
Okay,
Just
thank
a
you.
Question.
Thank you. Those are two cases, two separate stuff. Let's take this person. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Nelson. This is Reverend Alex Kagan calling from Kingsville, Monrovia.
Okay, Reverend, let's hear you.
Yes, before the Prince Johnson issue came up and they come about you people mentioned about the case involving Councilor Moses Card. I want to ask few questions. It was said that Mr. Vanny Taylor's wife said her husband usually uses the phone. But besides the phone, the number her husband usually uses, does she have any other number that she's using currently? And also the lady who number that Kochi uses, does he also have a number or other number that she's using?
Now, according to
has the code,
according to
has the code,
Okay, conclude.
Let me ask the other question that you come. Has the court ever done investigation on Councilor Moses' contact number through the GSM company to obliterate some doubt?
Okay, thank you. I can speak to some of those issues because we don't have the information now. But what I can say is that in the case of Mayor Jefferson Koji, information available is that he presented two numbers. The number he presented as his official number is not in use at all. The number is registered in his name, but it's not in use. So the number that he uses to communicate is not registered in his name. It's registered in another female's name. The name of the female withheld. So that's where we are now with that. Yeah. The rest of it, I can speak to it, sir. But thank you. I appreciate your point. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, I would like for the incoming government to institute a no sin goes unpunished campaign. All of the perpetrators, all of those who have the sanction and who committed atrocity to be brought to justice, even if it involved Senator Prince Johnson.
Thank you.
No sin goes unpunished campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We will have to go. Time is not motion outside. Wow. But the lines are still okay. Let me just squeeze in two calls quick. Hello.
Yeah, hello, my brother.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly. Your name and where you calling from.
Okay, I'm Chiwale Siglaru calling you from town.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, all the things you're talking about, I'm not just somebody. The early Johnson Sally that brought Chachido from America to bring Chachido here to come and kill our people, you're talking about Prince Johnson alone. All the people why you can measure this woman need to go for war crime and economic crime court. Because during her past regime too, she went into corruption. So it's even most ability there, all inside there. And you people, including them, they say they want to be this, they want to be that. Then why you people going for another people to prosecute? All the people that have taken their record, let them be prosecuted and not forget about them. Don't set them out. This is the law. Because you cannot move witchcraft for any time. Let the hour to come, they come back. That is when the hour come back.
Our now witchcraft.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I was tradition. Listen to me. I'm coming. You are a little boy. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, but
come in and you give me chance, my man.
No, I'm a
countryman. I'm a traditional man, my man.
Let's do it one at a time now. Let's do it one at a time. I'm not cutting you off. I'm not cutting you off.
You know what I call hour? You know what I call hour? The wish hour. The wish time to the hour to come back in the time and crew. This is what I mean. If you don't know, you are a little boy. If you add an okay that you talk too much in the film when ready, you thought about
the man phone go off, but now me call it off. The man say he had 1 minute, and I 1 minute he was calling in. Now he didn't want me to interject or make any point.
Oh, that's why you didn't want me to talk.
Yeah. So okay, so I think we have to go now. We can take calls again, but let me just squeeze the final one, then we'll go. Final one. Hello. Wow. Hello. Yeah, please go ahead quickly, sir.
Yeah, Messi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's good to have you. Let's hear you.
I'm Washington Morgan calling from Chukwuta.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Messi, I refer to Waka as Nehemiah in the Bible. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 1 to 10, right? When Nehemiah heard that the wall was broken down, and he was so concerned, so he felt so bad that he would go and build a wall. But guess what? People were fighting him. People say he will not build a wall. Can you imagine? He said that the wall he built, the floor will every break the wall down. So I refer back as Nehemiah. But
Thank you.
I don't believe that he want to go for second time, right? So whosoever that helped him, that have taken record that made Panga to go fight and be president in this country, and they were involved into problem, into do business art or anything that he did in this country that was not correct, then he turned them over.
Thank you.
He made them as his friend.
Thank you.
Especially that every Johnson one. That was CEO and let CEO. CEO said something. He said those that were in any government that acted by any government and the people not to come by. He said he told you what fasting he was saying. He said he will not sit down for them to enter any government again.
Thank you.
Impact government again.
Let's do you there.
We all need to fight.
Thank you, sir. We have to wrap up now. Can we do our closing? Let's start with you, Raymond. Can you unmute, Raymond?
It's always a pleasure being here, discussing the issue that matters to us all. Issue that affects our country, our common patrimony. We want to urge the Joseph Yimabwaka-led government to do the rightful thing. Liberian people in our numbers supported you, not because you're the most beautiful among us or you're the best among us, but you're the one we chose to carry the flame of change that we all aspire to. Anything short of that would be the same critical voices. We love our country more than we love you. You are just a face. You are not the change. If you don't adapt what we have asked you to, we will not relent. We love our country. We demand the change. We insist on the change. We will not stop until the change is given to us. And you are the vehicle by which we want our change to be delivered. We pray for you that God grant you the wisdom. We support you in all your positive actions. We will stand by you once you do the right thing. Anything to the contrary, we will not relent. And to my brother Jerry, I pray that you get a job where you can contribute to the success and the forward march of our nation. We see you as one of the positive agents for change. Anything to the contrary in the name of politics, we were friends on the talk show, but we'll be fools later because we'll not walk with you because we know you. If I come to Liberia, you're not assistant minister, I will come to your house, we'll eat. Your wife will cook for me. But if you don't do the things the Liberian people do, I'll come to Liberia, I will not even call you. Because you're not my friend, you're my brother in the struggle for a change. Anything to the contrary, you're not my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So, been a very good night. Thank you very much. On the line of what Raymond said, and we are going to hold this government accountable. We already started it as a unity party partisan since 1997. I've been with this party. I see that it's been there for the good and for the bad. It's a good party, but there are people in there who right now we're seeing are trying to sway and do things the other way. But we will not sit, will not relent. Like I listened to my brother Stephen Johnson yesterday on the platform. He and I share the sympathy. We're not gonna allow this party to go down in drain because a few people helped Ambassador Boycott to propel to where he is, and they're gonna use that opportunity to come and do the same. Or if that's the case, then CDC should have just stayed in power. But we're not gonna allow that. We're gonna hold you guys accountable. And being on transitional team does not guarantee your position in government to show that you guys gonna be minister or deputy minister or so and so for autonomous agency. I pray that Ambassador Borka or President-elect rather in Borka and Vice President, they pick their able-bodied lieutenants, people that are technocrats, technicians, people who will be able to do the job for the Liberian people, and let accountability be our mantra of the new Liberia we all are wishing for. I know President Borga will stress this lastly. I'm not buddy with the Borga's kids, but Jojo and I know each other. When he sees me, it's like Hanzo. I will tell you this. They all are Liberians. They all are eligible to apply for positions. But I want to believe and I hope and pray that the measure of merits will be implemented on the Borga's children or whoever other family member as well as any other Liberian. That shouldn't disqualify them from working in government because they are president's children. But if they decide also not to work in government, the Jojo Borga and the Tanta and the rest of the other guys, family, you guys should declare your asset as well. If you have a private organization, desist from involving in government and stick to your private organization. There should be no linkage. We see what's happening here. Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my brother. You know, all of us, we yearn for serious change, and we can guarantee you that the person who was elected president of our country is committed to, implementing everything that we promise. Yeah, wherever challenges will be, we'll collectively work together, to build our country. And on the issue of the rule of law, that has been displayed in the case involving let me say, due process article, plural musus card. We are watching it with our careful eyes, and thank God our government coming to take office, and all of these things. There'll be reform in the judiciary. There'll be a lot of things going on, and also the government is committed. We are not going to shoot anybody who the law require must be, taken through a due process. And that's why we commend the Americans for whatever the case is. All of those, since they have requested that they must be prosecuted, even if they didn't say it, we'll ask for the evidence. We'll ask for the evidence so that these people can be, investigated. That's what Serena Sifa said. I mean, disagreeing on all the issues, but he said you'll persecute us. Let them go through all of it. PYJ is not exempt. He have always supported, and through all of his actions, he's open. And we can guarantee you that Joe Buckard will select people of integrity, to head, our legal system in terms of justice minister and all of that. I mean, we are not going to compromise anything. I can guarantee you that. And I say publicly on this stuff, if I screwed up, you think I'll be amazing like my daughter? Everything I do, it will affect my children. Like all you're talking about Samuel to our children. So even if the day I've given a privilege to do any service to my country, I will not screw up because the government said does not even have that kind of framework. And besides that, I will go with integrity and all of that. Because tomorrow I want to see my friend. So I don't back people. That's why they used to call me a controversial Jerry in Ellen Johnson city government. At MCS as spokesperson, I was running a civil society group. I was condemning and criticizing government every day. That me. I don't window dress issues. So I mean, we are together. It's good to criticize, but when the fights come, we have to, like certain places, some information when people providing it on the show. Sometimes I can just say, okay, let them flow because I have privilege to some basic information. And as people articulate them, because if I'm not authorized to speak on anything, I will not talk about it. But anything I say, I mean it. And I know Joe Barker mean well for our country.
Thank you. Hans. No, Hills.
Well, I mean, I don't want to sound repetitive, so I would take another route. To the callers, the listeners, the audience, I just want to say something because most of you came across to us as we are being partial when it comes to the issue of war crimes court, which I think it wasn't even our focus tonight. The conversation was centered around the sanctions, not war economic crimes court. So basically, I don't know where you guys came from with that distraction or that sidebar. But here is the thing. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is not my mom. She's not my grandma. Neither is Senator Johnson. He's not my father, nor my grandfather, or my uncle. He's not related to me anyway. All of those politicians and warlords or whosoever, they are not related to me in any way. I do not hate any of them personally as a person. I go against them for what they've done in the country. Listen, all of them, when it comes to the issue of war crimes, war and economic crimes court, they should all have their day in court and exonerate themselves if they can. But the fact of the matter here is we shouldn't be partial as much as we know where Senator Johnson came from with his revolution or whatsoever, the backdrop for which he took up arms. We do understand those things, but it does not negate the fact that there were some things done or committed by him and his folks that go against the rights of human beings, the dignity of human beings. So we speak to that, and it shouldn't come across that we are partial whatsoever. Senator Johnson, in his defense, he always said the war and economic crimes code, if the Liberian people so desire to bring it, they should bring it. But they should not use it as a political tool to keep taunting him and the other folks. Like every time they see him, and I agree with him. If you want to bring it, bring it. Do not be using it as a political tool when he's for you today. then oh yeah, you don't care about the War Economic Crimes Court. If he doesn't support you tomorrow, then you want them to bring it. That is wrong. So yeah, we do agree with him on that aspect, but it doesn't mean that he will just because he tried to liberate his people, then we will turn a blind eye to all of the atrocities that were committed against innocent people. So not just Senator Johnson, all those who participated from him to Ellen Johnson. Matter of fact, Ellen Johnson said he should be the main person to go there because she has done nothing. Like she was given the opportunity. Look, that woman, she terrorized people. She terrorized leaders in our country because she wanted to do better. And she was given a chance. She did some things, we do agree. But if I were the one to rate her, she performed dismally. She could have been a Nelson Mandela of Liberia. But she left the office with cloud hanging over her. So she did nothing. She should be the very first person to go to the War Economic Crimes Court because she failed miserably. So it's not an issue of being partial. I supported her. I voted for her 2005. I voted for her the second term. But at that time, I felt that she was the best amongst all of them because all of them, they were just a bunch of heads. And if that opportunity should present itself again, I would still make that decision because I felt at that time she was the best. And we felt she was going to do what she promised to do. She did not live up to the expectation. So we have to speak truth to power. At the end of the day, we do not have bias against Senator Johnson, my people. Please, we beg you. We're just speaking truth to power and we're speaking facts. He should face the law just as the other people should.
Thank you. Francis.
Yeah, so our folks, tension is real. People have that day in court and they can be proven guilty or innocent. So we're not gonna keep, beating a dead horse already. It happened, and we know that more names will come up, hopefully more names come up and be investigated. But now we need to focus our attention on the incoming government. We need to keep a watchful eye and make sure that we are holding them accountable for everything that they will not do or everything that they will do. Our first point is them, all of the incoming cabinet members should declare all their assets so we know what they are coming in with. So hopefully down the line, before they leave, we know what they are leaving with. Our country has suffered far too long, and it's about time that things get better for our folks. But just stop the violence. Stop letting political parties use you. Elections are over. We need to all come together and be one people and just pray for a better Liberia, because when Joseph Boakai is successful, CDC, LPP, UP, NPP, everybody will be successful. It's not a select few. So the same way we hope that CDC was going to be successful, but they failed, and they failed everybody. Everybody failed, not just opposition people that suffered. CDC people will allow you to suffer. So we just need to pray for our government, make sure they are successful so that we all can be successful, and hopefully change in the private sector will be able to come to Liberia so people can get jobs, so that government job cannot be the only place people think about going. When the country is doing good, government job is just where people go that have love and want to make sure they are doing good they are really working in the interest of the people. So please stop letting people use you, and let's move forward with our country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, guys, good night. I gotta run. See,
okay.
Emmy, thank you for doing your closing, Emmy. We appreciate you. Thanks a whole lot.
Yeah.
I thought you did, Emmy. You said you're not speaking much tonight because we brought
but I still have to do my closing.
I don't want to sound redundant. Everybody's saying the same thing over and over.
Okay, so we'll be starting with Amy now, since she's trying to start shying away from, and we'll bring more Unity Party discussion. Then we'll start with Amy so she can speak on the issue.
Do I look like a Unity Party to you? I don't even know what a Unity Party
anyway, go ahead, Amy. Go ahead, Amy. Just
don't try to bring that Jerry stuff to me tonight. I supported a Unity. I don't even know who the Unity Party or whatever. I don't know any party in Liberia. So let's
one last they call Amy. The Unity Partisan.
No, I'm a Liberia partisan.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Here we go. You know, I was a little disappointed from some of the callers tonight. Calling and saying that we should focus on developing the country and forget about the war and economic crimes court. Here we go again. And I think that's also speak to what Senator Johnson was also talking about. When it's on your side, you think it's okay. I'm pretty sure there was the people calling for the war and economic crime court when he was supporting WEA.
Oh, yes.
And that's very hypocritical. This is our problem as Liberian. No one wanted anything bad to happen to Prince Johnson, but we would never move on. It would not even be good for him, okay, if we keep putting this off. Because the next time he supports someone else, their whole thing will come up again. So I think he said that they should bring the court, right? So he can go and exonerate himself. Why are we trying to make it look like somebody painting Prince Johnson alone? And a lot of people in Liberia, it's not just Prince Johnson. It just happened to something that his name, we're talking about the Sanctions tonight, and his name came up. And you're making it seem like somebody coming here and telling him people to bring court because of Prince Johnson. And you come in here talking about, we should let it go, we should let it. There are a lot of people, maybe you're not hurt, but a lot of people that are hurt during this war, and they won that court. And the only time that will be healed is when our courts come. And let everybody go there. Prince Johnson said he never did anything wrong. Let the court go and tell him, say, yes, you didn't do anything wrong. And stop trying to downplay it because you had nothing to lose or you're not looking for closure. But a lot of people in Liberia, they need that court. We need it. For a lot of people to get closure. So please, when it's on your side, don't downplay it. It's very, very disturbing when we hear people talking stuff like that. And Nelson, lastly, Thomas said that he asked you a question and you never answered when he called. He said that he asked you if Vali Taylor was in the court and he never got an answer for it.
I think I answered some of Thomas, some of the questions
Vali Taylor was not
posted. Vali Taylor was not in court. He's yet to testify. That's what I know, unless there's other information out there. But as per what I have, he's yet to appear. That's what I know.
Raymond,
but I want to say,
we are going tomorrow.
Everyone, I want to say thanks.
I'm close though.
No. Mama, you there? Close.
Man, no, I'm not closing. It's okay. I gotta talk, but I never talk, my man. I never.
We have to go now.
Yeah, but I talk. Don't say I'm closing. I never close.
What about you close tomorrow?
No, that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that, but I say I close.
But thanks a lot, man. Thank you, Raymond.
We are playing. Who has not playing?
Thank you, my man. Let me wrap up.
I know. Let him finish.
Raymond, we are team playing.
Let me say, Mova. Thank you, Raymond. Raymond, thanks for being here. Officer Hand, thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it, sir. Mova, you co-moderator. You're disturbing the show, Mova. Raymond, thank you. Officer Hans, thank you. Jerry, we appreciate you. Francis, thanks for being here. Thanks for always being the first guy on the show.
Good night, guys.
Francis comes sooner than even the
and that's it. Big everything political for me today. You begin.
You lean the water today.
Thank you. Trying to put that tabata on me. But I love you.
They tired of me, my man. That's my tired, my man.
Okay, you tired? Go in the back. Go in the back. The man is tired. Let him go in the back.
Let me go relax.
Jerry, just see how we be critical on your government.
We are prepared not providing intellectual justification. You see, we are saying the same.
What is it? Intellectual word, man?
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Cause me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in simplicitas. And in precision and explicit, that the electoral process, we have really seen the terminus of it. But the Wanachis and the Holopoloyes of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man.
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinative and of intellectual juggernaut.
Oh my God.
An aficionado.
Keep quiet.
That the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to the malformation cacophony of the citizen.
Hey!
Then the court will be able to unravel who actually win. I think the Brodignajan Bugaboo of
you said what?
The Brodignajan Bugaboo of exasperation,
Oh, wow.
emotional laceration by the citizen should really be pacified and look forward to the intellectual aficionados and juggernauts of the court to say cabido legitimata to force a result and give the actual result.
I don't understand you.
I don't understand him either.
After communicating for 1 hour.
But the guy have a different case, Bagu.
Intellectual. I got different case. You and that make case.
My man, Nelson, please play my song, but I beg you, man.
What kind of song?
So Jared,
I'm the man with the play. Hey, I'm motor pair. I know what we're gonna motor pair.
You say MCC.
Honorable Best Minister of 1847.
They call him Minister Paku. The man get cold as separate chicken. When they get in with a session, they get cold as separate chicken.
I mean, I don't make requests here a lot. Now, one request, I will beg you. Every night to play that song, you know my daughter needs Sena. I sang the song in here and I said, Sena, mama go there, oh sure there's Sena.
I know you saw if you knew the meaning of that song I was singing.
Oh,
Joey.
My man, I happy there, but that song I happy there. The man did it all they wanted. The MCC play both money. I know that how many did it.
We gotta investigate you.
My man, usually they
feed our band very busy on phone.
Well, when you didn't sleep for 3 days, your eyes were like that. Your eye was okay.
Something wrong.
Okay, remember doing the election when you didn't sleep for 3 days.
So yesterday when you hear me singing, oh, I'm doing
You know what funny in that whole video? You know what funny in that video? The guy in the back who got up started dancing.
The man, you understand the story. That's that thing. I mean,
I was chopping and open. Yeah, right.
But you know what? In the middle of all the blind people that want our men are giants. Some of all the giants are the man. Yeah. Even though Joey are blind men, some of them want our men.
Like favorite song, the song is about battle. Anthony Gay. No, you on the show today.
So we are going on the war.
It is a dribble battle song.
But let me share with you, all right? When I was in Maryland as a child, we used to go to church and sing that song. I didn't know the meaning, but we used to sing it in church.
Yeah, that's true. The group can sing that song in the churches. That's true.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Somebody asking me, Nelson, why you can't sleep? I can sleep. Who the individual?
You're a vampire.
Yes,
They make him sleep in the day, then he be active at night, be sucking
But
blood.
that is the same way with me. I don't sleep in the night.
I think it mess with people.
Now you, and I won't change your skin color.
No, I can sleep in the day, man. When my dog without sleep, I can go sleep.
That's it, bye.
But they feel that
But the man eyes look worse than when he didn't sleep for 3 days. When he didn't sleep for 3 days during the election time.
Nancy, why your soccer team?
Eyes were
Why
okay.
your team?
My team?
That's not your team. That's got Video FC.
Hey man,
But that's not Barcelona, man.
Let me say, everything that has to do with soccer, I find it difficult.
My team is Lone Star.
Man.
I will select a team and then
Lone Star, Nelson. Lone Star.
No, when Lone Star playing by and be cheering for Lone Star, but the only
thing the best thing right now, Liverpool. Don't join Arsenal.
Come to the powerful Barcelona, my man.
The man in the backstage, he in the background, he talking.
They stay talking.
He can't stop talking.
I know my team PC, I mean you.
Oh, but I am bidding loading Sunday. I will build that market door.
People.
Yeah. See ya.
Man, the hype you on will soon be cut short.
But guess what now, right?
Yeah, they hype.
Thank
you, guys. Thanks to everyone. Raymond, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here tonight. And folks, that's how I'd like to join the curtains. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the Late Night Show. I'm Nelson Colette. Thanks to the entire team, and bye-bye for now.